oh man, you got a spare can, bras, this, that. I said, fuck man, I've got to rack this shit, man. I've got to go do panels, Brent. I said, you want to go fucking get a can? I said, go rack it yourself, bro. So
yeah, fair enough.
They do try and put it on you, man, but if you're going to be a weak cunt and just say, oh yeah, hey bros, you take my paint, you're fucked. So I never gave into that, man. I always stood up, you know. Yeah. And I never got into that. They try to bash you or no. They just you told them what that is, and they just try and like with words try and get them out of you. But you never give that shit up, man. I had to spend all day rapping that shit, you know, from one place to a worse place. So we stayed there. We got robbed like fucking 3 times, and you know, my old man fucking some cunts tried to pinch the motorbikes from the backyard. He shot at them with the Winchester, bro. You know, back then you could do shit like that, you know. And the coppers come, man, and said, look, you can't just shoot at people, man. He goes, that's not so pumped. He goes, I just kill them, man. Nice.
Ooh. Mate, coming all the way from Croatia, we have one of my favourite riders from back in the day, back in the 90s, probably started a little bit earlier, I'm not too sure, but he was definitely one of my favourite riders, Mr. Sifen 1. Welcome to the pod, mate.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Bro, what do you, mate, pieces, tags, fucking sketches. Bro, you got some of the best sketches I've seen. You got one in my black book as well. You, Rubik, I reckon you and Rubik's are probably the best sketchbook artists in the world, to be honest.
Nah, look, man, there's always better people, man. Like, I'm just learning, bro. Rubik's pretty good, man. He does some good sketchbooks. He spends a lot of time with the blends and shit like that. Me, I just like learning how to put it all together, man. Like, end of the day, painting trains is different to doing black books, you know, or canvases. And, you know, especially if you just do pieces, you know, and you got a whole big page, it's pretty hard to, you know, what are you going to do? A whole bunch of just fucking pieces. So you need to sort of know other skills with fucking characters and fucking backgrounds and shit like that. So, yeah, lately I've just been sort of like, fucking, I can do outlines and shit, practice that for years. So I just try to add the other part to it, you know, the characters and shit. So I've been just trying to work on that, and I've been getting a lot better with it. So the page has been coming out good. But yeah, I ain't no drawer, man. I can't draw for shit, you know. Spend all my time just learning how to do graffiti, man. So, you know.
Not from what I've seen, mate. Your fucking sketchbooks are fucking wild. Canvases. Anyway, we'll get into all the graph stuff later. But yeah, my whole podcast is about like learning graffiti writers, like history, where they grew up and all the rest of it. I just want to hear where you started out, and we'll go from there and then get into your graffiti journey. But fucking mate, just where did you grow up and how'd you come about?
Well, look, man, I come to Australia in '82, so we lived on Speed Street in Liverpool. Right where the yard is, like, so you got the yard, the first flats, and you got the Speed Street, and I was across the street. So we were there for a few years, and who lived behind me, behind the units from me, who lived the Lotus. I didn't know till like years after that I met her, you know, and she told me she lived in Speed Street. I was like, fuck, I go, where about you live? She goes, I told her where I live. She goes, well, the apartment right behind you. I was like, and I did play there with the kids, you know, so maybe I bumped into her, maybe I didn't. But yeah, it was a spin out that she was from there too, but it was a ghetto, man. It was a shit area, bro. We got robbed and shit like that, and it was just, yeah, it was bad. At those times, man, it was a bad area. So then we moved from there, we moved to Bradbury, man, to the house commissions there at Campbelltown. And that was another shithole, man. That was another fucking ghetto. You know, from one place to a worse place. So we stayed there. We got robbed like fucking 3 times. And, you know, my old man fucking, some cunts tried to pinch the motorbikes from the backyard. He shot at them with the Winchester, bro. You know, back then you could back then you could do shit like that, you know. And the coppers come, man, and said, "Look, you can't just shoot at people, man." He goes, "That's not so unharmed." He goes, "I just kill them, man." So from there, man, we moved in '88. We moved to Wetherill Park, Prairiewood. So I was in the House Commission there, right next to Stocklands, and that's where I grew up. That's my from '88 to year 2000. I was there. So most of my graph life, I was in that area. And look, man, there was a crew from there. The burn crew is from that area, but there wasn't many riders there. You know, you're not even close to the train station. The closest train station is fucking Cabra. You know, Cabra, Kenny Heights, Fairfield's a bit further. You got Liverpool close, but fucking yeah, that was my main thing. But just Cabramatta, Kenny Heights. Like had my half sister, my step sister lived in Cabra. My godparents and that they lived in Kenny Heights, and I lived in their Prairiewood. So I was always around those areas, bro. That's where I grew up.
So how old were you back in '88?
I was 10 years old.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was 10
Wow.
years old, and that's when I got into graffiti, man. That's when I started seeing the shit on movies and shit. You know, back then, like the parents would hire all movies, you know. So there were certain movies, you know, like you had movies like Death Wish with Charles Bronson. It had some graph in it. Deadpool, you know, with fucking what's his name? That fucking that old cunt, fucking Clint Eastwood. They had some old
Oof.
70s New York trains and shit. Then you had movies like fucking. There was a movie called Rooftop that I seen, and the cunt had this jacket, man. This Vato dude, man. He opens it up, and all the cans were in there. He lived on this rooftop and that. Like it was probably a shit movie, but like there were certain elements that just captured me, man. And then Beach
Yeah.
Street and shit like that with that fucking octopus, man. I just remember that octopus. I thought, fuck, man, I'd love to do shit like that, you know. Then that music come in. I got into fucking, like a Run DMC and fucking Fat Boys, fucking, shit like that. Ice-T, all that early '88 fucking rap music. So yeah, that's what I was fucking into, I guess, at those early times. But
Yeah.
man, back then I didn't know, like, I liked graffiti. I didn't know anyone that done graffiti, bro. I didn't ever know what you had to do with it, you know. I just like the art form of it. So
Yeah.
I was in year 3 at the time, and I'd start drawing. I had this spray can character that I used to do. Because first I started on characters, but I was shit at characters, you know. Like the cunt had some fucking whack arms and stick figure type shit, you know. But I used to do everyone's black books. So not black books, the school books, the fucking title pages, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every cunt would, "Oh, can you do my title page, man?" So most of my time in school, I just spent doing people's title pages. Do mine, do theirs, shit like that. But yeah, like far as like getting up, and I didn't really know you had to go and get up. I just like to try and draw it. So I try to just learn the craft from that age. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned you had like a stepsister. Is that you don't have to go too far into it. We can edit it out. But so, did you come from like a broken family kind of
Nah,
thing?
look,
Or?
man, my old man's a musician, man. So in his early time, man, he was very good with the women, you know, especially like back in the Balkan areas, you know, like they used to play all types of shit. So he spent a lot of his younger years just jamming at fucking pubs and stuff. You know, that's how he made cash. And obviously you pick up a lot of fucking pie, you know. So
Yeah.
he
Things
was
happen.
already married
Things
before
happen.
he met my mum, you know. And my old man, he's a lot older than my mum. He can be, he can be her dad, but the guy's a Jimmy throw off. So end of the day, when you look young and that, you just kick some fucking Metafonso styles, man, and fucking, the old lady fell for it, man, and yeah, they were together. You know,
At
he
least you're
brought
honest
us to
about it, mate.
Australia. He brought us to Australia and shit, but he already had a family there, man. So
Yeah.
yeah. But my parents got divorced in about 1990, 91.
Mm.
So, and all that, it wasn't easy and shit, like fucking, you don't really have a normal household. Yeah, it was pretty fucking tough growing up, I guess,
Yeah.
with certain things.
Do you have like actual like close like blood brothers and sisters? Not that your steps
Yeah,
like
I got one
sisters, not.
sister, like from my mum, and I got my
Yeah.
stepsister.
Okay.
I got a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking 40. She just turned 40 this year.
Yeah.
So she's doing good, man. She's got her own family and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
good.
she's normal, man. She never got into any problems like, party wise, or she was a normal girl,
Yeah.
good girl.
Probably saw you and just went, no, I'm going the opposite path.
Well, yeah, no one wants to follow my fucking footsteps, wasn't the best option for him, you know.
Yeah. Live and
If you're
learn, brother.
smart enough, you say, nah, man, I won't be doing what this cunt's doing, man. You know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so growing up in, what was it, Liverpool,
Prairie Wood, man. Prairie Wood.
Prairie
Well,
Wood.
it's under fucking, what's the council? It's under Fairfield Council, but it's,
Yeah, okay.
you still got to drive to Fairfield. Cabra's closer, to be honest. Cabra's like a 10-minute drive from where I was living, about 10
Yeah.
minutes. And there was always, because back then, man, you don't have a car, so sometimes you don't even have money for the bus. So some cunt maybe might drop you off. Someone from the fucking ghettos, man, they'll drop you off, or you walked it. A lot of times I come back from fucking Bankstown and shit, man, with bags of paint and shit without racking, and you just got to walk it, man. It takes you an hour and 10 minutes, which was. Yeah, there was different times, man. Now where you got a car, man, shit's easy, you can.
Oh, mate, as soon as you get that car license, the whole game changes, doesn't it? It's,
Yeah, man. You just you're not limited. You can drive anywhere. It's easier to rack
yeah.
paint. It's easier to go do the panels. It's easier to go fucking, late at night. You can go do your shit on the lines or whatever and still come home. Where back in the days we had to sleep like out, you sleep in the park, you sleep in the yard or fucking. Yeah, it was fucked. And it's risky like that, man. You get done like that, man. You know what I mean? Because you're just traveling to these spots with all your shit. And yeah, back then there was a certain look. Riders stood out like dog's balls. There wasn't cunts wearing Air Max and shit like now. You got all these shoe fanatics, man, wearing Air Max, man. You think they right? Nah, man. Back then, if you wore the fucking shit, you're either fucking searching or you were riding, man. And there
You're in the
wasn't.
scene.
Yeah, like people notice you, and even like other riders, they see you on the train, they come straight up to you, man. You ride, you fucking this, that, and man, you gotta be careful, man. A lot of times, man, back then catching trains, you get rolled and shit. I
Of
was lucky I
course.
never got rolled, but fucking yeah, you get rolled, man. I know heaps of people who got rolled, your shoes go missing, your jackets, your hats, fucking, they take your paint. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it was different times. It was a lot more fucking. A lot more hardcore dudes. Like now, graffiti's soft,
Oh,
man. Graffiti's butter soft, man. The shit's
it
watered
is.
down.
Yeah.
Like everything in life, everything's watered down, man. So obviously,
Mm.
there's still hardcore motherfuckers out there. I'm not saying that,
Yeah, of course.
but back then there
Yeah.
was hardcore motherfuckers. They were everywhere.
Bro,
Now
well,
it's like, yeah,
that's
you get a
that's
few of them
that's the
hardcore
whole
dudes.
reason. That's the whole reason why I got you on, brother. I need, I need to hear these stories because you guys were like, it was like folklore with like me and my mates, man. Like, yeah, you guys were like, I think I think it was around like '93 to kind of like the early 2000s was when it was like fucking hectic. But let's just hold off on the graffiti part and let's just go into the area that you grew up in and like getting into school and stuff. Did you? I don't know if you want to, but like, did you play sport and stuff as well, or did you just go straight into straight into graffiti like as
Look,
a young fella?
I didn't really play sport. I did
Okay.
want to play soccer and that, man, but the old boy fucking he never wanted to sign me up because fucking he said it was too expensive and shit,
Yeah,
man.
I was
So
gonna say it costs money.
it costs money, man. So anything that costs money, man, fucking I was out of that. We never had money, man. So
Oh,
a lot of the shit that you'd wanted to do, that maybe would have, I don't know, man, but fucking yeah, didn't do it. So I did play a
yeah.
little bit of footy when I was younger, man. I played for maybe a year because my godparents' son, like I call him my cousin, so he was a bit older. Him and this other guy, Chad, used to be like a drummer for fucking for some heavy metal bands, Neophobia and stuff like that. He used to play
Mm.
the footy, so I played with them for like about a year. Then I stopped playing, but in school, like in year 7 and shit, I played a bit of basketball with the
Mm.
philos and stuff like. So you used to have a lot of Filipinos at my school, man. So most of them are my good mates. So
They love basketball, don't they?
yeah, they love dancing and basketball, man. Yeah, that's their shit, you know.
Breaking and basketball.
Yeah,
That's the
so
main thing.
yeah, we used to play a bit of that, and yeah, like we used to play for the school, and we did play. I did play after hours. I played at Bonnery, but yeah, it was a problem because fucking can't get there, man. My old man be playing cards with the boys and shit, man. No one wants to take you, you know. So my old lady's got to cook food for these cunts and this day, you know. You got to entertain them. And then yeah, try to fucking someone drops me off, and yeah, it was hard. So sports was really wasn't too easy to be. I don't know how you
Yeah,
say functionable with this shit. You know,
yeah.
we rode
It
BMX.
wasn't given to you. It is very hard to get into sports if you know if
You
if
need
you can't
people that are
afford
going
it.
to
Fuck
take you.
man,
You
like
know, they need
what
to
are you
buy
gonna do?
shit. You know, like you need someone that's going to be there. Like your parents, they come, they take you there. You fucking, they take you home. But when it was hard for that. So used to
Mm.
ride the BMX bike. We used to have the fucking freestyle bikes.
Oh,
Got into that in like the later 80s, 89, 90.
yeah,
Skating and shit like that. Not that I was good at it, man, but yeah, used to
yeah,
do stuff like that.
yeah,
But that was
yeah.
it. And then then it was just whatever, man. Just hung out in the hood, man. Just go for a walk, throw rocks at cars. I don't know, man. Stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like fucking, you're bored, you know what I mean? We go out snow
Yeah,
dropping. We used to fucking rack a lot of back then they called it snow dropping. You go in people's backyards and take their fucking clothes, you know. It's we never had the good shit, you know. So we had to go and rack the shit, you know. So either you rack it from the shop, but where I lived too, you don't have Grace Brothers and shit, so you don't have the mad stuff. We got like fucking Big W. We used to rack the hands, those hands, this brand called Hands or some shit. We used to
yeah.
rack that cheaper shit, but yeah, we used to go snow dropping or door stepping. They used to call it, man. So if you leave your fresh shoes outside, man,
Hang on. Let's just go back to the snow dropping. Why are you taking their clothes? What are you doing with them? Just to trip them out?
nah, fucking wearing it, man. No, like fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. If I come there, you got some fucking Nike or Reebok and shit, man. Got to take that shit, man. It's mine now, you know.
True. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
think
bro.
about
You
that.
know, like look at how much good clothes you got, bro. You know what I mean? Imagine I jumped into your backyard back then. It's like fucking shopping spree. Fucking sick. Like, I don't take your socks and undies, but your jackets, your jumpers, all that good
I
shit,
was gonna
man.
say
It's
it
good.
sounded a bit creepy, but until you mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, like these days, cunts got the Louis Vuitton and shit. They got to hang it somewhere, bro. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
true. Yeah.
So yeah, man. If you know some people that are decked, you got the fucking goods, man.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. How'd you So how did you get into graffiti? Like, was it someone that influenced you into it, or were you hanging around the skate
Nah,
park, BMXing, or who got you into it?
the movies, man. Hollywood, man.
Yeah,
Hollywood. That's the Hollywood. Look, Hollywood got me into graffiti. You know, like fucking they
bastards.
made up the so called fucking hip hop movement and shit. So when I seen the shit on the movies, you know, and you hear a bit of the rap and you seen the break dance and shit, and I was like, mad. They had a cabaret.
Cool
They
as
had
fuck.
like a music shop where they had like tapes and shit, you know. So there I went with my mum. I said I want to buy some music, so I went looking for the tapes and yeah, found Run DMC. Like fucking didn't know what it was. I just seen it was rap, you know. So fucking got it, took it home, put it in the car. Man, it was like yeah, man, mad. So that's how I got into the rap music, which I don't really listen to rap these days. But
Mm.
yeah, I got into like that, and the graffiti I just got in from seeing clips from movies, from certain things that had movies. Then you had like Beat Street and that come out, Breaking. They were more graffiti orientated, but before then was just clips. Like you see some ghetto shot from somewhere, and you see things in the background. It just
Mm.
the colours and that was just interesting to me. You know, it was something different that I've never seen before. So, and plus, like I don't know, like I did live like where Livo Yard is. I did see some stuff there too, you know, like Livo Yard. Sometimes we go for a trip to the city, and mainline would be, you know, like from Livo and all the lines would be bottom. They used to be white back in the days, if I remember. I know, like your Guna, your Nora War used to be all white. So you
Oh,
see pieces and that, you
they
know what I
buffed it,
mean?
right?
Where my sister lived too in Cabra, back of her flat, there was a piece, like at the back of the bricks, there was a piece there too. You know, I used to always go look at it, man, like fuck. So it was like a bit of that, the bit of movies and bit of the local scene that got my attention with it, you know. And that's where I
Did you?
just started just drawing and then in the 90s you had the hype magazines come out,
Oh
so
yeah.
you're able to get some access to some stuff, you know what I mean. And I had a drain next to my house too at the golf course, Fairfield Golf Course. There was a mad drain, used to be like a fucking, I don't know, you could call it a Hall of Fame. A lot of cunts from Sydney come there, you know. You had fucking Ricky Seven, Boo,
Oof.
you know, most of the shit was the Burn Crew, you know, Crush, Briscoes, you know, Jayeski, Escapee, fucking
Is this 80s or this is not early 90s?
that's early
Yeah, yeah,
nineties, you know, yeah.
yeah.
Because I started, you know, in '88 is when I got into it, so you already had like fucking just a couple of
Fuck,
years.
bro, I was born 2 years before that.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. So, what, early 90s, Canals, fucking Seven, man. Seven's, yeah, so, but Seven was from Sydney, is that right? Or
I think originally it was, man, and then I
did he
think he might have
move somewhere
moved.
else?
Yeah, I think they moved later, but yeah, I don't know too much because they're different areas. But a lot of people come through that drain. Even Unique and that, I think, bombed it and shit. There was still a
Oh,
lot of
true.
pieces from the '80s that were still faded and that because that used to use the buntlacks and shit. Like this stuff just fucking, you know, they don't wash off. You can still see all the shit. So a lot of the stuff now it's all washed off because it's been a long time. But yeah, like in the '80s, there was a lot of good graffiti there, man. Like some of the best
Mm,
fucking shit was done there. You know, like.
yeah.
So that was my only access. Otherwise, and when I was like in year seven and shit, I did just catch a train and I try to go. I'd look on a map and I just try to check out what places might have graphs. So you get off here, you can't see nothing. You get off there, and I did find Newtown. You know, Newtown was
Oh,
had a lot of graphs. I used to walk around and try fucking take a few pics and shit. You know, put it
yeah.
with the mum's camera. You know, you sneak the camera out. Next thing you know, she develops it all graffiti. Man, what the fuck is this shit? She gets the shit, you know, because you got to pay for it, man. The shit was expensive, so yeah, it's not
I
like
was gonna
now
say,
you got any pic is all digital. You got to pay for the development, you know. It's not
yeah,
you know it's not cheap, man. You know, so that's why it
yeah,
was hard to take a lot of pics and that back then, you know. And
yeah.
if you were doing the graph, it was hard to develop the shit because fucking sometimes you develop and you got panels and that on there, man.
They're gonna do
If
you
those
in.
cunts of dogs, they call it opskis, bro. Next thing you
Yeah,
know, you come to pick them up and you're done, bro. So
yeah, there was a lot of that happening, even in my era too, man. Like, yeah, 10 years after your era, it was the same thing, man. And then they brought in the digital prints as well. But
yeah,
and yeah, everyone was going to Kmart, and then they get done. That's like, well, whatever.
yeah,
But
Kmart, that got done.
I just wanted to bring you back to that Newtown when you were talking about Newtown. What was Newtown like back in the 90s? Because I only
Yeah,
ever went
Newtown
there
was great,
in
bro.
the 2000s.
Newtown was great, man. I always loved Newtown, man. Like my school times, I was most of the times I was suspended, man. So
Yeah,
I used to just go and hang out and shit, you know. And I wanted to, I told my mum, I said, I want to go to Newtown school, you know. Why you want to go there? You want to do bad things, and yeah, it was like fuck,
that was an
no,
art
man.
school, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an art school. Yeah, that's why I was trying to explain. It was an art school, man, and they had
Yeah.
nice girls there too, man. Like Newtown, they always had some nice girls, you
That's the
know.
only reason.
Yeah, that's the other reason. But yeah, they had pieces everywhere. And like Newtown was friendly, bro. You can just go and paint walls. Like there's no one really, because there's that much graph, no one really pulls you over and
That's what I
says
was
anything. So
wondering.
you could just paint. It was graph friendly. It was graph friendly. Not like it is now, you know, but it was graph
Yeah.
friendly, man. And you know, and it started dying off because you get a lot of these fucking poshy cunts started moving in
Karens.
there. Newtown, you had a lot of fags and shit too, you know, that back
Mm.
then. Like they lived, even though they now, but now you got those hippie fucking vegan dudes and shit, you know. You got a lot of those
Yeah, it's
those new age dudes that are there, feral kind of style wannabes. But before then, there wasn't there. Like these guys come took over, but and it was a shithole. It was a cheaper part to live in, you know. Like fucking it was.
that's kind of what I was like trying to get at because I only know Newtown as being like a graph friendly place, heaps of pubs, heaps of cunts getting the piss before like because King's Cross was it got shut down and then now they've all come from King's Cross into Newtown, so now it's just flooded. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know too much about before probably 2004 when I turned 18 or whatever. But is it
Uh-huh.
was it like the graffiti? Like, how did the legal scene come about in Newtown? Like, I don't know that history.
Well, there was a lot of wars. You had like obviously you had that youth center there. You know, the youth center that had a lot of pieces on it. You know, like IBS stuff and that. And IBS
Where's
had
the
a lot
youth
of
centre?
wars around
I
there.
don't.
That, huh?
Where's the youth centre? I don't know.
It's
Where's
near the train station. Like fuck, I don't know how to explain. Like if there's a bridge that comes over, and you can go to the is it Erskineville, and
yeah, yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
on like, and there's like you cross the bridge, like the main line's there. If you cross the
Ah,
bridge, the
okay. Yeah,
station's
yeah.
there. It's just sort of like behind there.
Yep,
I
yep,
don't
yep.
know if it's still there, but it used to be. They used to have heaps of pieces. Had Spice, you know,
Yeah.
had a lot of mad seams. Seams. He used to write seams. He was a guy from America.
Okay.
I actually met him. He was one of the first dudes that I ever met. I met him at the Tucson factory because I used to go get off at Newtown and walk fucking, or get off at Redfern, go to the Tucson factory and try wrap some paint, you know, and I
Tucson
met that guy
factory.
there. Yeah, they used to have
Fuck.
the factory up at it's Redfern, but they do call that area a different area. Fucking I don't know what it's called, but it's still I call it Redfern, but I think it's a different. It is a
It's in
different area.
between.
But if
In
you go,
between.
I forget all the names. I've been here too long, so I forget. It's not Erskineville. Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
can't
bro.
remember.
Like, yeah,
I call it
yeah,
Redfern, but you had the Mambo factory and shit. You know, if you
yeah.
used to go wrap some Mambo shit, it was
Alexandria,
whack, but
maybe.
you could wrap there, you know. So, but if you go all the way up and up near the McDonald's, just before there, where the Graffiti
Yeah,
Hall of Fame used to be, so that was
yeah,
another thing too. So you go look at this Graffiti Hall of Fame. They had all the mad burners, you know, and then
yeah,
you'd walk to the Tucson factory. It was mad because it was like an art gallery. You had pieces everywhere. You had a lot of there was Kidam pieces on some back walls of those big houses. Kidam, Jassy, not JC, Jassy.
yeah,
There was a lot of stuff of people that doing things. Then there was like people doing like illegal things, or the streets were bombed. Yeah, it was good, man. Like when we started painting there, like you find a wall and you just paint it, and because there's that much graph around, like no one really says anything. You just keep painting. Like
yeah,
it was an art area, like the art school. Everything around it was
yeah,
all part of it, I guess. Yeah, now it's different, man. Like now you can't. There's no legal wars there. You can't. You know, people rock up. The cops rock up. You need permission slips, and
yeah, yeah.
you know, you never had that shit before, man. It was just easy. It was a good vibe there, man. It was a very good
Yeah.
vibe there. I used to like it.
The golden era, mate. That's what I always mention. I'm like, man, I wish I grew up in that era, man, because now it's a bit different, but you know, it's got its positives and negatives. But
Yeah,
I think that era was like, fuck, man, like you could just not do whatever you wanted. I guess like the 70s and 80s, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted, and then it kind of the cops started to clamp down on stuff, and then you had the 90s, and then cunts are doing full hectic stuff like fucking raid, like
you got to
ram
realize,
raids,
man,
fucking all that hectic shit, like you know.
in the 80s and shit, man, it wasn't easy, man. You had task force and shit. Like, man,
Yeah,
you know, like even when I got into graph, the task force was still active. They stopped in about 90 fucking, I think 95 or 6, they cut them off. They were proper cops. Like that dickhead Wolseley and Andrews.
was that the
They, you know,
TRA stuff? Was that the is that TRA? No, it was.
TRA was a crew from
Oh,
Ashford.
sorry, no. No, there was like I can't remember. There was like a transit thing, not GT, because GTF was a bit later, but I don't
Yeah,
know
they were
much graffiti history, but
transit
yeah,
cops. Still, I don't know what name they had, but they were still, yeah, they were proper graffiti task force. I got done by them cunts. But yeah,
yeah, and they full bash you and shit, eh?
oh yeah, look, oh man, I was a kid, man, so I never got bashed by these cunts. But I don't know. I don't know who they bashed. You know, like they used to cap a lot of pieces. You know, like there was like those dead cars at Redfern
What?
and that. They just come buff you. You know, they just do lines in you and shit. So they did a lot of capping and that. You know what I mean? They'd
Yeah,
cross out a
piss
lot
you
of
off.
pieces, man. Yeah, they were dirty cunts, you know, because one of them cunts used to take the fucking speed and shit, man. Used to smoke weed and shit, you
Yeah,
know. But he's a copper, man. Later on, when they
Yeah,
stopped
it's,
that thing, they all come to Fairfield. They come to they were part of the car theft unit because back then there was a lot of car theft. So
yeah,
that Wolseley cunt, I know he come to Fairfield. He was part of some fucking car theft detectives and shit. I don't know, man. But they were
yeah,
Gronks, a proper
yeah. No,
Gronk.
it's funny. I did a podcast with Maps from Burwood Ways, and what like some of the cunts at the like little station near where he did a trackside came past and like crossed out his piece. So he went back into that little station thing where they go and work and stuff and dropped a massive turd on their like bench. So the next morning they rocked up and there was a fucking shit just sitting on their bench.
Fuck, yeah, nasty, eh? Yeah, you got to get them somehow, man. Fuck yeah. Yeah, mad
Yeah,
cunt.
so it's fucking bro, that was a funny one. But yeah, a lot of that stuff happened back then. I remember like there was heaps of panels and stuff that used to get capped by like even rail workers and all this
Yeah.
bullshit. Yeah, what did you have any stuff like that happen to you when you were doing? Because you used to paint trains a couple of times.
Yeah, used to have a crack at it. Yeah, look, man, my shit never got crossed out like that. We just got buffed. Like, yeah, I never had problems where anyone like SRA or anyone would come and
That's
cross
what it
the
was
beat.
called. SRA, not fucking TRA. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, SRA. Then it becomes City Rail, and then after City Rail, I don't know what it is now.
Yeah,
It's
GTF, and then fucking
yeah,
whatever the cunts had done me.
yeah SRA. The SRA dogs, mate. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was just the train system. SRA, that was the company. But the task force was cops. They were cops. I don't think they had a name. They were just graffiti task force,
Okay.
man. Yeah, they were just called graffiti task force.
Yeah,
The
okay.
cunt looked
That makes
homeless, man. The cunt looked
yeah.
homeless, man. Had no teeth. Some Kmart Air Max. They used to have these fake Air Max with the plastic air bubble and shit. He used to sport that with one of those Army Depot jackets with the Abo flag on it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but that's more story. We can get into that. How I bumped into them cunts. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We'll get into that for sure. But let's go back to So did you start doing tags or pieces or
yeah.
what was
Look,
your first experience with graph?
um, yeah. For first, like just tagging and stuff, man. It was hard to get spray paint. My old man used to like do trailers and shit. Used to make trailers, so he'd have spray paint around, or sometimes I used to paint the bottom of the trailers like before they get buffed. I'd practice with the airbrush, that big fucking or some tags. But yeah, it was mainly tags first, and then obviously for the paint, like to do a piece, you had to rack a lot more paint. Like it's easy to get
Yeah,
access to one can or two cans from someone's garage.
from your dad's
But now you
garage.
want to do a piece, you need to yeah, because you look in the old man's garage, or maybe my mate across the road, his dad's got a can. So it was like that. You'd find a can somewhere, and you just go and bomb until the can is gone.
Mm.
And then but when I wanted to do pieces, I used to rack some paint. I had a petrol station, so we used to rack the engine enamels, the Power Plus engine enamel.
Oof.
But yeah, like the black is good, but you're going to get an orange for that. The orange was shit. The orange was shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, all that early paint was like you're trying to do a piece when you don't know. I never heard of Tucsons and shit like that. What do I know
oh
about
yeah.
that? So I just racked that local stuff, the hardware stuff. So, but yeah, I did. Like the first piece we did was like in '92.
Oh wow.
There were some pieces at the back of this Brennan Street shops. There was a writer that used to live there, but my guy that I used to go to school with was his stepbrother. So that's how I already knew who they were. I'm not going to drop the name, but
Yeah, it's alright.
yeah, they were already like older dudes that were actually in the scene doing shit, So
Yeah.
which I had beef with at the time too. Like fucking, that's another story. We got into
Of course.
yeah, like it was fucked because yeah, my early starting of graffiti, man, like before I ever met anyone, I knew these cunts, right? They were like good writers, but they didn't like me because I put them up one time. I thought they put us up, like gave us this crew and fucking, because that's what this guy said. He did a throw off and they go, yeah, they gave us this crew and this, that, but none of that was true. So one time I put them up And they fucking said, who the fuck's this cunt? You know, put us up. So they capped me. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? And then it become war, man. I was already beefing with these cunts before I even been in the graffiti scene. It was
So
fucked, but I capped
you're
all the
always
shit.
fighting from the start.
Yeah. But they were older too. Like, they beat my ass if they caught me, man. But, like, my mate Cozy squashed that because they were in the same crew, Burn Crew. But my mate Cozy, because he was older, when I met him there, that was a long story too. I can go into that if you want.
Yeah, go into it. Let's go. Let's go, mate.
Yeah, all
I
right.
got time.
Well, you know, like they had that canal near my house, so we used to go there. And my mate Nosh, he writes Brian. He used to write Brian back in the days. He was the first dude that I sort of met in the area that liked graffiti. You know, not that he really wrote it too, but they were in the drains making a pipe bomb.
Oh,
And
shit,
they had
okay.
this big fucking pipe and put in the matchsticks, the match heads, you know. And I said,
Yeah.
"Fuck, is that going to work?" Because he goes, "Oh, because I used to write boredom back then. I used to write boredom." He goes, "You're boredom, mate." I said, "Yeah, bro." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I see you around." I said, "What are you doing, man?" He goes, "I'm making the bomb." I said, "Yeah." I said, "What do you reckon it's going to work?" I was laughing. So I thought, the matchsticks. What the fuck's the matchsticks going to do? But yeah, man, like, I had 2 bolts and we filled the whole thing up. I helped them, man. Fucking, and when they lit it, man, we ran. The thing blew up hard, man. And fucking, it was loud as. And one of the bolts fucking flew out, man. He hit him in the fucking, as they running, hit him in the, blew his fucking fingernail off, you know. But at the time, like, I was getting crossed out by these cunts. So, like, I was like, fuck these cunts, you know, like, I got to get them. So, you know, he goes, "I know where fucking one of the Burn Crew dudes is, man." I said,
Oh,
"Yeah." He
shit.
goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Cozy, man. He works at Fairfield." So I'm like, fucking, I said, "Man," I want to go and see this cunt. I said, "Fuck it." So I thought fucking the guy who was, like, down with these cunts. But, like, they were having beef within the crew. I guess fucking, so he wasn't really hanging with the cunts, you know. But I come there thinking, fuck it, if this cunt gets smart, I said, I'm going to smash him. But this cunt's older than me, man. Like, he's a hardcore dude, you know. And when I come down and I met him, I said, "Fucking you Coz, man?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "I'm fucking bored, man." I told him what happened. And he goes, "Hey, man, look," he goes, "I've got nothing to do with those cunts, man." He goes, he had other problems with them, and that's what he said. He goes, "Man," "they come to your fucking house." I said, "Yeah." They come to my fucking house and cap on my garage. I had graffiti on my garage. I used to do pieces on there.
Yeah.
And they come and capped it, you know. And they
On
done
your
some
garage.
tags up the street. They threw a fucking can. I was on the phone actually when it happened, and I just see some cunts. And I hear something hit the garage. I said, "I got to go, you know." See if I could back there on the landline. I come outside, I see the pieces are capped. I fucking ran up the street, but they were already gone, you know. They were sneaky cunts, man. They never come and confront you and shit like that either. But at the end of the day, he goes, "Bro," he goes, "they come to your house." He goes, "I'll take you to fucking," he goes, "old mate lives down here." He goes, "I'll take you to his house, bro." And that, at the car was, he writes something else now. I ain't going to, if you know, you know, but I ain't going
We can
to
leave it
drop,
out. Yeah, it's all right.
I ain't
No
going
worries.
to drop his name.
Yeah, no,
But
leave it. Sweet.
at the end
It's
of
all
the
good.
day, our beef with that dude is squash, but his car was at the front. So I jumped out, had some touch-ups, man, fucking bam, throw-ups on the cunt. Carved his car up, man. And fucking next thing you know, they were coming out the house. The guy was about to leave. And he come out and he saw me. And I was like, fuck. And the cunt's quick too. I hit the legs, bam. I jumped to my mate's car. And this cunt's quick. He comes in the car now. We're fucking, my mate's driving. This cunt's chasing us. And it's full fucking rally styles, you know. And my mates go, "Why the fuck am I
Golden
running from
Crowler.
these cunts?" He hit the fucking handbrake. He just jumped out. And fucking, he grabbed that cunt. They used to call him duck fuck because his fucking teeth were all bunk. So he gets fucking duck fuck. He goes, "What do you want, cunt?" And yeah, I just shit myself. I locked the car. I'm in the car like thinking, fuck, this now I've got this cunt involved, you know. Shit's all pear-shaped. But yeah, man, they didn't fuck around. He told them, he goes, "You want to fuck with the little cunt, man?" He goes, "Come have a crack." And they obviously, the guy's a nutter, so they wouldn't fuck with him, you know. They shit themselves. So that was the beef that sort of went on. But then they come to my school and they caught me at school. So I used to go to school with the dude's actual brother. He had his stepbrother was in my year, but his other brother was a year older than me. I didn't know that they were connected. But yeah, one time they caught me in school, you know, and they grabbed me and shit, you know, and they said, "Listen, man, fucking just stop capping our pieces, man, and we'll stop capping you." And that's the, you know, I said, "All right, man." And that was the beef squashed, sort of, to a point. But yeah, that was my early experience of graffiti before I even really really even got into the scene. Oh,
Well,
that was just local beef, and these cunts lived local. They were city riders; they'd go everywhere, but yeah, that was like
bro,
local beef. It was whack because
welcome.
you got to understand, I was like fucking, I don't know. You could say I was like fucking 13 or something, 14, you know.
Bro,
And
welcome
these
to
cunts were
graffiti,
already
mate.
like fucking older. They're already like in their 20s and shit, you know, 25, I don't know. They're already
Yeah.
older, man. So, like, yeah, it's easy when you're picking on kids. But when I got older, I hit them up. But no one
Yeah.
wants to have a crack with you, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I caught them a few times, man. I put shit on them and they're fucking, oh, man, sorry, dude. Fucking sorry. I said, yeah,
Yeah.
easy when you're fucking, when I'm a kid. I said, have a crack now, cunt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is, man. That's Sydney, bro.
yeah, that was a oh, man, like even yeah, when I first started, man, it was like you get the older fellas like just rolling like 15-year-olds for paint and stuff, and it's like, man, fuck, these cunts are just trying to start out, and you just fucking roll the cunts for it, like, and that, like just what you've just
Yeah,
told me then, it's
easy
just like,
target, you know?
yeah, man, and it's like, man, like that's why it's I don't know. To me, the scene now is like it's fucking awesome now. Like everyone gets along. Like, the
Yeah,
older cats, I don't know. You might have a different opinion to mine, but for me, I think it's a good thing, man. Everyone's getting together and painting together, and especially trying to keep the hip hop and graffiti thing alive. Like you need to have people to guide people through. You know, just teach them how to fucking paint. Don't cap people. You know, what I mean, they don't know this stuff, right? So they're just winging it. Probably like what you were doing back in the day, and then
yeah,
some people got bashed, some people got rolled. You know, these things happen. But at least now we can teach these young fellas. You know, don't fucking go over anyone.
yeah. The graph's more united now. Like, you know, you see everyone's hanging out, you know, and especially the older
Mm,
people, they don't have that beef no more. And, you know, people that
yeah,
were beefing and shit for fucking 20 years now, they're fucking all cool, you know, they're
yeah,
hanging
it's
out.
mad.
So it's good. Don't get me wrong. I prefer that than fucking people just fucking, you got wars, you know, like fucking,
Of
you
course, you
can't
don't
go
get
this
stabbed
area
when you're
because they're
fucking
dead.
50 years old with kids.
Well, yeah, you know. I'll get you, cunt. Yeah, but look, yeah, some
the
people still hold grudges.
or mine, which was yeah, my time was like pretty similar, but your time was probably way worse with like cunts rolling people for paint and stuff. Like, did you have much times like that? Like any stories where you were painting a canal and some older guy was doing that stuff to you without
Look,
mentioning names and going into all that stuff? But yeah,
nah, not really. Stuff like in the
you're a pretty tall fella, right? Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Look, I never had them problems. People try, you know, but fucking, I never got my shit taken. Yeah, I never got because at the end of the day, they don't know. Like you got to stand your ground, bro.
yeah,
You know, like there was a lot of times where you'd be at the station and that, you know, and you get some dudes from Ashfield and that, man, they'll come. Oh man,
mm,
you got a spare can, bras, this, that. I said, fuck man, I gotta just rack this shit, man. I gotta go do panels, Brent. I said, you wanna go fucking get a can? I said, go rack it yourself, bro. So they do try and put it on you, man, but if you're gonna be a weak cunt and just say, oh yeah, he bros, you take my paint, you're fucked. So I never gave into that, man. I always stood up, you know. And it never got into that they try to bash you or no, they did. They just you told them what that is, and they just try and like with words try and get them out of you. But you never give that shit up, man. I had to spend
yeah,
all day
yeah,
rapping that shit, man. You know,
yeah,
and I'm about to go do a layup or something, man. I ain't giving up no fucking paint for anyone.
yeah. So
But yeah,
the early years of Sifen.
the I could tell you how the first rider I met and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Let's run that.
Well, but like after I had them beef with those dudes, it was like
Mm.
fucking. I had a Vietnamese guy across the road, and he used to go to school always. He used to go to them private schools, man, at Bankstown or that. I don't know what they call those colleges, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So and this guy could draw, man. You know, like HR Giga from the Aliens and that. This guy could draw like that. Like he was like he with ballpoint pen. He'd be doing all these fades,
Oh,
and
I love
he was
those.
he
I
was
love
a
those
mad cunt. He
sketches.
was a mad cunt, and
Yeah.
he actually gave me my tag, bought him, and yeah, he gave me my tag that I was riding at that time. And what happened? He asked me, man. He goes, they were at the park because we used to hang out at the park in the ghetto there, man. And he goes, man, you're still doing graft, bro? I said, yeah, I got it. Oh, yeah, sort of, man. I'm still painting. He goes, because I was just local, I never fucking left the area, it was just drains and that. Like, there's no, you can't call yourself a writer painting some drains, But he goes, man, I got all this paint for you, man. I said, yeah. He gave me this whole bag of paint, and there was all these folk arts and fucking craft paint. I never seen this shit because I used to use Touch Up and Power Plus, Budget, and Amels. So I'm like, what the fuck is this stuff? He goes, yeah, there's a guy from Bankstown, man. He goes, a Maori dude, He goes, man, he told me to give you the paint. So if you want to meet him, he goes, I can hook you up with the guy. Oof. And I said, yeah, all right, man, mad. I'm gonna hook up with the guy because I don't know any writers, Besides the Asian dude, like the Vietnamese guy, he wasn't really a writer, but he did drop some tags and shit, But I said, yeah, mad. I said, fucking He goes, all right, because he was going out with this Maori girl that lived next to So that's how he met him. And so he told him, he goes, look, Ben, my homeboy's going to come and hook up with you, this, that. So he give me a time. He goes, look, just meet him at fucking, because there's no phones back then,
Oh, yeah.
So he told me, he goes, look, just go to Bankstown to the station. He goes, I think it was 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. He goes, he goes, just wait for him and he'll meet up with you. So I'm sitting at Bankstown Station, man. I'm just sitting there. Yeah. Yeah, like it was such,
Wait, meet up for the cans, mate. Meet up for those little cans that you got. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like I'm sitting there, man, waiting. And there from the back, the back of the station, you see this dude walking, man. It fucking, the guy's got a backpack on underneath the backpack. He's got where you got the handle for the backpack. He's got a baseball bat tucked in behind it, man. He comes up, man. He goes, hey, bro. He goes, you bought him, bro? I said, yeah, man. He goes, yeah, bro, cheer, bro. So I fucking hooked up. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, mad. So he goes, oh, we'll go do some city circles here. I said, fuck, all right, bro. Fucking didn't know what it was, So we jumped on the train. We went through like Wiley Park, the Wiley Park.
You didn't know what city circles meant?
I didn't know what the fuck it was, man. I never been to city circle before. I'm from out fucking... Wow. Out Fairfield way, man. What the fuck am I going to be doing our city circles at that age? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
so that's what started your bombing career, pretty much.
Yeah, no, he schooled me up. So we went there. We stopped at Wiley Park Girls. He was a good-looking cunt, so we'd always pick the girls up and shit. So from there, we'd go to George Street, man, get the 20-cent fucking Macca's ice creams. Yeah. And then we'd go bombing. And the cunt started talking. He's like fucking, starts talking some lingo. And I said, I don't understand Maori, bro. He goes, no, it's not Maori, bro. He goes, it's Pig Latin. I go, what language? He goes, it's not a language. It's like a fucking, he goes, Pig Latin. He goes, you don't know it? I said, no, man, no, I've never heard of it. I said, like fucking, what is it? So then he explained, you take the letters off, put the AY and, like Akfe Uye and all that shit. So then I started to pick this up. He goes, yeah, that's the language we speak, man. He goes, so the fucking Opskis don't understand it, He goes, all the writers.
What year was this?
This was 93. I met them because I had the beef with those dudes. 92.
Yeah, okay.
And then 93 was when I actually got
into. That's where Pig Latin started.
That's when it kicked off. So we went city circle and we bombed. He schooled us up on the Pig Latin. He schooled us up on the city circles and the bombing and that. The Raven oil in the pens. All that shit. Now the guy was a good dude. The guy's passed away now. Rest in peace to him.
Oh, true.
But we had a crew because he used to write LSD. He used to write LSD. Loved smoking drugs. And the first piece that me and him done was at Beerong Canals. It was a track work that night. It was a track work. And we did that canal right in front of the station. Yeah. And I did this chrome. Yeah, I did a chrome boarding piece that my mate Hung, the Vietnamese guy, he did the outline for me. And he did like a KNX or something. He did a Canax as well. A couple other pieces. And we did the LSD. He told me, you want to write LSD? I said, yeah, man, what is it? Love smoking drugs. Oh, fucking sick, So I said, fuck yeah. So we did all that and we finished and we went up to the station and bombed a bit and that and a few streets black. like a few blocks away, there was a couple paddy wagons and shit. And we're like, fuck, man, that's a bit sus, you know? So we sat where the platform is, we sat in these bushes. There's these bushes there. And on the other side is the other canal. And we sat there. And we were young, man. So, like, it's past bedtime, you know? It's like, fuck, I don't know, it's 2, 3 in the morning or whatever, you know? Like, it's late, you know? So we're falling asleep. And there's cunts in the bushes, man. You can just hear they take one footstep and they wait. And then another footstep. And wait. And we're like, fuck, you know. It was that dark that you couldn't see them, but they were like a metre away from us. They were like a metre. And I told my mate, I said, on the count of 3, bro, we run 1, 2, 3. We got up, started running across the tracks, down this hill, on our ass, sliding, jumped the fucking fence into the canals. And lucky he knows the area. So we hid under, the houses are elevated, you know, on those bricks. Like they're the old fibro houses, you know, that's like Auburn or Barella, Auburn, Birong. So they were elevated, and we'd hide under the house, and all you hear is you hear the RBS whistle, you know. We're like, fuck, is it riders? Man, like, and we hid for about a fucking 40 minutes, and we got out of there, and we went to Auburn Hospital, and we washed our hands and shit, and we went back to his house. We got the first train from Auburn and went to Bankstown. And there we sat, man, and then, another rider come around that day. That was Scummo. Stono used to ride back then. So that's when I met him. And then from there, I met fucking Bonds because he was in that area. He used to live at Bankstown too.
R.I.P.
And that was sort of our clique. Those guys, that's who I used to hang out with. And yeah, by that time, we were at Newtown doing some. They used to have that car park with the fucking that cat character. There was the cat in the hat.
Bro,
I think
this is before my time, bro. So anything you tell me, I'm listening.
Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, there used to be this car park, and they used to have all pieces in it. You know, it was a legal spot. Okay. So we went down a couple little pieces at the end, and who rocks up? Because there was those TRA dudes. They rock up. And there was like, man, I don't know, 15 of these guys, bro. And they rock up. We turn around, you know. It's like most of them are Islander cunts, you know. And it's like, fucking, they go, oh, yeah, you guys, JKS, huh? We're like, yeah. They go, yeah, you cunts think you're the shit, huh?
What's, not really, sorry, I'll stop you there. What's JKS?
Because from the LSD, we started writing JKS. That was my mate Canax's crew. They're just killing shit.
Right, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went from LSD. I forgot to tell you. We only wrote that for a little bit, and then we started writing JKS.
Okay.
But the JKS, half of Bankstown was in it, like all the Arabs, because he used to go to school of all. So they used to see him. Ricky is sick cunt. JKS. What is sick? Yeah, I was like fucking. So lucky I was with that company because you go through Bankstown and that you get rolled, bro. You know the Arabs will fuck you up. So lucky, like you knew them all, you know. They used to all be like, not that they used to ride, but they were like, I guess, part of the crew. They always
they were down with it. Yeah.
They were down, you know.
Yeah.
But we were at that wall, and they come up in and they put it on us, man, like fucking this, that, and they go, you cunts think you're sick, because we'll get it up, you know. We'll do the action. So, and for young cunts, we could paint like Canax. He was better than me. Yeah, like if he was still alive, man, I reckon he would have burnt my ass. But he was good. He you know, heroin and shit, man. He ended up going to Vietnam, man, to the Mecca, and he never come back, you know.
Yeah.
But the guy he had Bankstown on lock, you know, and he knew those craft spots, you know. That's the dude that schooled me up on those folk arts and that. Like they don't have folk art in that now, but they were all dusty kind of craft paint. You reckon from Lincraft, from some pottery shop. Yeah, like they were nano paints, but they were mad. Like there was a certain time we were all using them. We had the $1 cans at Bankstown, all the old Dulux stock. The Asian guy used to sell all the dollar cans. That was his spot, man. But then old matey gave it up, and then the rest of Ashfield and the whole of Sydney started coming there because people start to talk. But that was a spot. No one knew about those cans. until fucking one of the other boys started telling people, you know, and then the word got around.
The secret gets out, mate.
It gets out.
It's the same with everything, bro. Every writer talks, man. It's yeah.
Yeah, you need to keep quiet about some things, man. You know, but people want to boast. You know, like, yeah, man, I know where the spot is, lad. Second, you know. So that's what fucked it. But yeah, those cunts they wanted to battle, and that's the crew that Clue and Hoot and all that were in. They were all that. That was the Rebels Associates. You know, they were like the wannabe RBS guys. So yeah, because there was a few crews like that, like the RBS, like a BRP juniors and fucking. You had like these. I was never part of them crews. Like I'd rather have my own crew than to be part of something that's. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah, because there was a couple of it's kind of like 210. Then you got HR. You get your little branches off, but
the subgenres of it.
Yeah.
You know, and they were like that, but they had a lot of dudes and they bombed, obviously because there was a lot of them. You know, you get 20 dudes in a back car all with touch ups, man. That car's bombed. You know, so and they saw us getting up, and yeah, there was that envy. You know, like, oh, you cunts think you're the shit. You know. So listen, so then that dude, he was a big fat dude. He's like, he goes, oh man, he goes, he goes, man, you guys want to battle? He goes, my crew will battle you. I said, all right, fuck it. I go, we'll battle you. He goes, but I'm not going to battle, bro. He goes, I'm RBS now. I go, all right, man. He goes, but my boys will battle you. Obviously, they thought that we were toy, you know, that we wouldn't be able to do shit.
Yeah.
But we went hard. So we did panels. We did fucking the track sides. We did insides. We just did everything, you know. Just and we did
so
it right.
It was like a graffiti battle, not a physical battle.
Yeah, no, graffiti battles. Yeah, not a physical fight battle.
Oh, that's mad. Yeah.
Graffiti battles. And obviously they thought that we wouldn't be contenders, but we ended up burning them.
Yeah,
so, but then there was other battles. There was other crews. There was a lot of shit going on. Everyone wanted to battle. We haven't helped some other crews. We joined them. We didn't join the crew, but we helped them put their crew up just to beat the other ones.
Yeah, that's
so there was
crazy,
a lot of this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there was a lot of this battle. Graffiti. Look, man. One thing I don't like about graffiti, it's an egoistic.
It is
egoistic sport. You know, and that's where the beef starts. Because as soon as you're doing more than the other clown, now there's a problem. Someone's going to get jealous.
Yeah.
Ain't like these days, it's maybe different. If you rock, like say you had 10 panels running now, people say, yeah, mad, because there's not many people doing it like then. Back then, bro, you hop on a back car, there was thousands of people that you bumped into. There was
yeah, that's kind of why I've always been hesitant to join crews, bro, because crews just drag you into all their shit. And
because one person
I'm doing a fucking piece on the weekend, and then some cunts come into the canal with a baseball bat, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
It's like, it's just like.
But you got to have a good crew of solid mates.
You have solid mates. The only crew that I'm a part of is like ATD and TLB at the moment, but I know these people. I know their families. I know these people. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to join a crew that is like, I don't know who half the cunts are. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, that's it. These days you join something that's already established. You know, you don't even know the people that created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's a bit it's a bit weird, but is what it is, man. But so yeah, going into like. So how old were you there? You're probably like in your teenage years. What about going into your 20s? Like you're probably doing more panels into your...
My 20s, that was like 96.
Yeah, I was going to say 90s, 95, 96 was probably when I saw heaps of your panels.
Somewhere there. Stuff. Well, what happened when I was bombing with we had a fallout because when we had that beef with the crew, he went to Punch Bowl and we went yards. I did a door-to-door JKS crew.
Oof.
The night before that, I think, or the same night, he went to Punch Bowl yards when Punch Bowl yards was still there, and he did and I got the shits because fucking we weren't writing our names, we were writing the crew name. You know, because you get what I mean?
That's fucking petty, bro.
Well, look, man, rules are rules, bro. So
fair enough.
That's when we had the fallout. I got the shits and I kept all these pieces, man.
That was the time, right? Like back then, it was a bit, you know.
it was like that, man. You know,
Yeah,
so
it was. Yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
like I got cut up. I thought, man, this motherfucker goes to the yards, just does his own name. I go, we're in the middle of a
Yeah,
battle, man. Like these cunts
yeah.
got untold members. You know, we got to really push hard. And then I got the shit. So I capped all these pieces. We had a fucking. He never capped none of my shit, but I capped all these pieces, and we continued JKS without him.
Oh, okay.
And what happened? It was me, Scummo, Tune. I don't know who else was in JKS, but yeah, one night we're gonna go do panels. The
Yep.
Tangaras come out. It was '94.
Oof.
Yeah,
Fucking
it was
run me through that,
'94,
brother. Run me through that. That's.
and I think they come out like a year before, but they got delayed, so there wasn't many of these tangos out. And I had this outline, bro. Back then, I couldn't. Most of my sketches were big. Like I couldn't do small stuff. You know, there's people that can sketch like Skew. You know, he used to do his outlines were like, man, small. I could never do small stuff like that.
Yeah.
So most of
Yeah.
them were like big. So I did this fucking back then it was Cypress Hill and shit. So I did this outline.
Oof.
It said stoned in wild style, and it had like these blocky letters says is the way of the, and I had walk in wild style. Stoned is the way of the walk.
Shit.
So and we just found all this paint at the Dymark factory down at Chezo. They had all these they had these new water-based colours. They had like lilacs, these dusty
Water-based back then.
Yeah, like, but they were shit. They were water-based, so they took forever to dry. But yeah, they brought out these colours, and colours were hard to come by. You only had certain colours, you know. Tuxon had the pinks and that.
Yeah.
Where, you know, touch-ups had their more yellows, beiges, the blues, the car colours, you know. But yeah, these guys had like dusty colours. So we had a couple, like a few boxes of it. I had a backpack and a few boxes, and we're going out to Mortdale to do these fucking cars. And, you know, you put your head out because you don't have a ticket. So you're looking out the doors, you're in the back car, you're looking out, you jump back on. And all of a sudden, man, we got to Hurstville. There was like fucking about 15 Opskis, man. They jumped in the front car. And when they jumped on, we got off. And, man, they got off too. It was a setup. Someone fucking informed us. So next thing you know, they all came up to us, man, bum rushed us. Found the paint, back to the station. So now we're at the back of the station, you know, we're kicking the stories. What are you doing on the train? We're going to go see this guy to do some legals tomorrow. We're going to stay at his house, blah, blah, blah. What's his name? We're just all Jimmy throw-off stuff. Next thing you know, man, they asked me for my tag. I wrote fucking Jinx on a bit of paper, man, real toy with my fucking right hand. I think so I'm left-handed. Yeah, so I wrote fucking real toy.
That's going to throw him off.
Well, yeah, you know, it's going to look real shit, but yeah, look, man, after the interviews, man, bam, something happened. These cunts knew my tag now. Now they come fucking, yeah, someone informed, man. Someone informed, yeah, I ain't going to drop the names, man, because I already know. Yeah. By the end of the day, bam, this motherfucker comes, he hits the fucking thing, the paper, you know, on the table, and he goes, write your real tag. I said, man, I've given you all my names. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that cunt was sitting there before they interviewed us. He was sitting right next to me. And I'm fucking, he looks like a homeless cunt. No teeth. Got that fucking army disposable abo jacket with the fake Air Max on. And I asked him, I said, man, I go, what are you in for? And he looks at me and he goes, in for? He goes, mate, I'm graffiti task force. I laughed. I go, you look fucking homeless. He just laughed at me, you know, and that's when they started interviewing us and shit.
But
and at the end,
so that guy was in the fish tank.
No, because we weren't in the fish tank. We were just in the police station because we're kids, man. You know, I put you in the fish tank, so we were just sitting behind the counters, like we were in their offices, and we were just sitting there, you know. And he just came and sat on the table.
Was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I asked him because he looked sus, you know, like So I asked him, what are you in for? And he goes, that's what he told me. And that was that. And at the end, after all of that, they said, look, man, they go, we're going to come to your house. I didn't think nothing of it, bro. They go, look, we're going to come to your house, man, so get ready. I said, yeah, don't worry, man. You just bring the beers. They go, you just have the pizzas ready. You know? And I said, yeah.
Bring the beers.
Yeah, I go, bring the beers. They go, you just have the pizzas ready.
Bro,
I'm like, yeah, I'll have them ready, mate. I thought they weren't coming.
Bro, I just pissed half of fucking Blue Mountain's water run off. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All good.
yeah, all good. Back in action.
All right. Sorry, bro. Fuck, where were we, man?
Yeah, it was about those task force cunts.
Yes, let's get into that.
Yeah, so, man, they said they're going to come around, right? So a week went past, and fucking, I didn't think nothing of it, man. Next thing you know, I was asleep. It was about five in the afternoon, maybe 6. My mum wakes me up. She goes, I just got a phone call from the fucking Opskis, man. They said you got to come down Fairfield Station. I said, you serious? Thinking, fuck. I said, they are coming, man. So all my paint, all my graph shit, man, I went across the road to my homeboy's house and said, bro, I'm getting raided, man. I said, I've got to put all my shit here. There's no problem. So bam, bam, put all the shit, man. Everything, took it to his house, around the side of his house, all the paint, all the sketches. And yeah, went to Fairfield Station. And fucking, yeah, they were there. And yeah, they go, they're going to put some video on.
Mm-hmm.
I said, whatever, man. They put this tape in and it's me and in a back car.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm thinking, fuck. I'm looking, they asked my mum, he goes, that's your son, isn't it?
Oh,
Obviously,
fuck off.
if the old lady said no, they can't get you, but like fucking who knew back then, And she goes, yeah, sure. I guess so, like you're on camera. Like I didn't know either. But so yeah, I'm standing there, my mate starts bombing, and I'm thinking, fuck, I didn't bomb this time, man. I must have just been watching him. And next thing you know, yeah, I rip out a marker, man, fuck, start bombing the floors. Like, fuck. So, yeah, got done for that. And then they bought all these photo albums, man, because back then they used to fucking film everything. So they had all these albums. I was trying to rack one of them, man. I wanted to rack one. But they were everywhere watching, So they start flicking through these albums. And they go, how else did you spell your tag? Did you ever spell it like this? Because back then you had so many writers and you had, you had a lot of people write the same shit too,
Similar stuff.
Similar stuff. Yeah, so then lucky when I painted that canal at Barella, with where I told you we got chased, he spelt my tag wrong because it was the first time that I met him. And there was our first piece together. So he like I used to write Bordam, he put it like Boredam. And they start going for things.
2 letters off.
Yeah, just the letter off. He starts going. He goes, were you ever in Barella Canals? And I'm like, I jerried, I thought, wow. I go, these were the cunts that were in the bushes. Oh, wow. I said, nah, man. I go, where is that? I said, I've never been there. They go, oh, it doesn't matter, how else this, they're trying to get shit out of me. But that's when I jerried that there was those cunts on my first piece ever on the lines with old mate. They were there. They raided the spot. So if I got done then, probably would have been the end of my career, man. I probably wouldn't have done... I probably wouldn't have done graph again. You know what I mean?
Actually, don't lie, mate. Don't lie. You would definitely get back into it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it
don't fucking lie, bro. You definitely get back into it.
I don't know, but it wouldn't have been good. That's all I know. And then they said, listen, man, we're going to come to your house. Can we come to your house? And I thought, yeah, you can come because I don't have shit there. But I had throw-ups all the way from Fairfield all the way to my house along the street. I had throw-ups.
Were you one of those people that fucking tagged the whole street all the way to the houses?
Well, yeah, that's how it was back in the day. These days, I don't do it.
It's the dumbest move, but when you're younger, you don't understand it, eh?
Yeah, like now I don't shit in my own backyard,
Exactly.
But back then, man, I had pieces on my garage. So these cunts, me and my mum are driving, they're following us. I got throw-ups all the way home. Come to the fucking house. Now they come to my house, bro, and on my garage I got a piece that said bong on. I did this piece that said bong on, and it had a big dope leaf, and it said smoke till you drop. And they go to my mum. Like these cunts were freaking out, They go to my mum. They go, you know what it says on your garage? And my mum's already got the shits, Like these cunts are at the house. She goes, I don't know. They go, it says bong on. Smoke till you drop. My mum goes, I don't know. Like, she doesn't know what bong on means, you know. And they said, bong on, smoke marijuana. And my mum goes, I don't give a fuck. She goes, just do your fucking job, do what you have to do. So they come to my room. They raided my room. They found a roll of film because I thought it was exposed. You know, when you open it, you only expose those first few. The rest in the roll is good, but I thought the whole roll is gone. And they found panels on it, but they didn't do nothing. But after all that, they asked, "Oh, do you have any outlines? You got any paint?" I said, "I don't have nothing. I'm a toy, you know. I don't have anything." Then they come looked at my piece on the garage, and one of the dog cunts said, "Yeah." One of the dog cunts goes, "You know what?" He goes, "You're going to be a good rider, mate." He goes, "The only problem," because you got a drip on the tag. I said, "I've got a drip on the tag." I said, "Fuck you, you cunt." I said, "You come and charge me." I said, "You give me all these problems." I said, "Now you say I'm going to be a good rider." I said, "Fuck off, man." And then that's the last time I see him. And what happened there, I got banned. For one whole year, I got banned off public transport. So I was shut down. And that's how they had the hidden cameras in the train, like the rivet, you know what I mean? And that's how they got us on the camera.
How do they ban you? Like, you can just travel on a train. Like, it's part of, you know.
I was scared, bro. I thought, man, if they see me in one of these hidden cameras or something, and I'm on the train, I broke the
Bro,
agreement.
this
Now
is
I'll
the
go to
nineties, right?
juvenile or whatever.
Are we talking 2000s or 90s?
No, this is 93. Not 94.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 93, 94 is when the cameras come in. The hidden
Yeah.
cameras. They were in, you know when you go down the stairs in the ridges? You go
Yeah,
down the
yeah, I
stairs
remember. Yeah, I
in
remember.
the rivet, in the back car. But then we worked it out because a lot of people on the footage, a lot of people that got charged, they seen where the cameras was. And under the seat, you could see that there was that box. So you knew that car had the cameras. For a while, everyone was bombing second car. They weren't bombing back car no more. Everyone was doing like the second last car until people worked it out. And when I seen the cameras and that, I said, I know where they are now. And that's
Yeah.
what happened. The hidden cameras is what busted me. It wasn't that I got done
Yeah.
live. It was later because someone gave up my tag. And these cunts, out of all the people, that they knew the names. So something stuck in their head and they knew that Barella Canal. And that's how they done me, man. And yeah, I got banned from public transport. I couldn't use the bus. And where I live, obviously, I need the bus. So, like, I can't get anywhere. So I
Yeah, but
stayed home for a year.
how are they gonna navigate that? Like, they can't fucking.
Yeah, like these days, I would have went caught the transport. But when you're a kid, bro, you don't know what type of
Yeah.
technology they got. You think,
Yeah,
fuck,
you
these
get
cunts are
scared.
advanced. So I stayed home for a whole year,
Oh
and that's
fuck.
where I had to come up with a new tag. From boredom, I had to come up with a new tag. And you know, back then there's no internet. So
Yeah.
I'm doing names. You know, I'm looking in the Hype magazine to make sure that there's no names. It
I
might be
can't believe you did
Sifen. I'm
that.
thinking, not that I like the name, you know, and the letters were for me were hard to do, but I come to something where no one had it. I can look in the Hype. There's no one in
Yes.
Sydney. There's no one in Melbourne. There's no one in Brisbane. You know, there's no one in New York that I know that writes
No
it.
in
So
Australia.
that's
No.
yeah. So I said, mad. So that you know, it's not like now I picked some New York name. You know, I'm writing Dondi or something. So I made, yeah, you know, so I made sure that no one was writing it. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I started putting letters together. And man, for the first few years, I couldn't do the whole name. I couldn't
It's
do
a
I
those
used to do
letters are
SFN pieces.
yeah, bro. Those. So is that when you first chose Siphon?
Yeah, 95, I come up with Siphon. And then that's when after that, that's when I come back onto the scene with a fresh new tag and ready for
Oh.
some more action.
Yeah, but that like a Sifen, bro. They're difficult, bro. They're so
Yeah, they're hard letters. Hard
fucking
letters,
hard
bro.
letters. But I guess
It wasn't the
that kind
point.
of that kind of it would have taught you to do more different types of letters. There was always 4 letters. I don't know who came up with 4 letters, and that's it. But I went from 4 letters to 5 letters, and it just changed my whole game. Is that what happened to you?
Well, look, my first tag was 6 letters.
Oh, okay.
Bordam.
Oh, I
You
thought
know,
you like changed a little bit to like make it easier to paint, but
after
no.
when I got capped by those older dudes before, because
Yeah,
they were masters of you know, like you got SKP, you know, DZE.
Okay.
They had so I got they put me up in the street, like they said that boredom sucks. So the way they did the tag was BORDM, and I
Yeah, so
thought, man,
you can
so
always
I bit
shorten it,
that.
right?
Yeah, they shortened it, so I bit that off them. So I did get some knowledge of them. But when I
Oh,
got
that's
done,
good
I had
then.
to change the tag. So the tag was over, you know, because back then, if you get done, your tag is gone, man. It's, you know, so that's when it took me ages to just come up with something that no one had. And it wasn't that I liked the letters. The letters were hard to do. They were hard. The I,
Very
the
hard to
S
do.
with the I and the F on it, it was
Oh
hard
man,
to get
the
it right.
eyes are the worst, bro.
They're stiff, bro. The I doesn't do nothing. It's got no
It does
flow to it.
fuck
It's a
all,
stiff
bro.
fucking. It's just stiff. It's a
It's a
stiff
little
letter.
turd that hangs around your piece, lad.
Yeah, man. You know, like it's just stiff. There's not much you can do with an I. You know, but
I feel you,
no one
bro. I
had the
feel you.
tag. No one had the tag,
But
bro. So
yeah, but Sifen
it,
is a fucking mad tag. Like, I guess that's
it
why
is.
we could probably go into your tag style. Like, your tags are fucking sick, man. Like, I don't know how you came up with like starting to get to get better into tags, but did someone teach you, or do you just keep bombing your
Nah,
fucking black book or some shit?
everything's self-taught, man. You know, and
Wow.
the problem with tags, I could do pieces. I could do
Mm.
pieces to like a decent level compared to people my age. Obviously, the older cunts, they're gonna burn you.
The
But
next level, yeah.
people like in my age group that were doing graph, I could do. I was one of the better writers. But tags was hard because you're always on the train bombing. The thing's moving. It's moving. You got to be
Yes.
quick. You know, so you don't really have time to practice it nice and, you know. But as the years of practicing hand styles, you just develop. You got to. It took me ages to do throw ups because you got to know how to do throw ups. You got
I
to know how to
can't.
do tags.
I still can't even do a throw up to this day, bro. Like it's a thing that I can't do. So
Yeah, look, they're not easy. There were certain people like
no.
I know people that got made hand style, but they can't piece. But their hand
Yeah.
style's off the hook. Like
Yes.
News, for example. News doesn't really
Oh,
piece, but his
bro.
hand style's
News
dope.
hand style. I'm gonna say this right now. News hand style is the best in Sydney
Yeah,
ever. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. News is the king of hand styles in Sydney.
yeah, man.
Everyone bases their stuff off his tags. He's the
Yeah,
best.
100%, 100%. But that's why I
Yeah.
say people like that. Evan, who was good, was Hack Tazo Hack. He had mad hand style too.
Who? Sorry.
He was the younger dude from the ad news was older, but Hack Tazo. He used to write
Oh,
from
Tasso.
Fast TPC.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Tazo.
I'm like a new
He,
generation, bro.
he had
I'm
mad
learning this
hand
stuff.
styles too. But a lot of
Yeah.
these people got mad hand styles, but their technique of painting ain't that good. Where
Yeah.
I was the opposite. I started to do wild styles and learn about the connections and
Oh,
shit, but my hand
yeah.
style was shit. So it took me years of practice to get the hand styles right and to get the throw ups and shit right. But when you're doing it illegally quick, it's hard because you know what I mean? It's everything's on the move. You're quick. So a lot of my insides and shit, half of them were shit because it just I didn't care. It was just about getting up, just to fucking do it. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks quick, but fuck me, when I send you insides, like, fuck,
Yeah, like
this
I
guy's
got
so
better
good.
hand styles now. You know, like my hand styles
Of
are
course,
pretty
bro. You
decent
get
these
better
days.
with age. You're like a
Yeah,
fucking
you get
fine
better
wine.
with it. You know? Yeah, you get better with it. 100%. You know, you got to see progress. Like if you don't see, for
Of
me,
course.
if you don't see progress, like I know certain people, the same piece that they done back in the 90s, they do now, and like they had no progress. They're whack as fuck.
Yeah.
But they're in it. You know
Yeah.
why they're in it? Just because of the name, the fame, that you know, that's this guy. You know, but they're not
No,
into it.
I might
I'm
disagree
into
on
it for
you
the
with
art
that
form,
one.
bro. You know, I
Yeah,
like the art form.
I think most people come back into graph to try to get away from all the stuff they're dealing with in life, and then they see their mates that they used to paint with, and you get fucking G'd up, and you're like, oh, let's go do a piece, and then all of a sudden they go and doing track sides.
Yeah.
You
Look,
know what I
man.
mean? So it's a bit different for
Yeah,
everybody, I guess.
yeah, it's different for everyone. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but you still get you get that stuff too. But now, so you got the Sifen tag. So what year did you start writing Sifen? Was it probably like
95.
the I was going to say 94, around that age. And
Yeah,
then,
94 I got done. And then I had a year off. And then, 95 is when I come up with the tag. And at the end of 95, I still had more of that probation left, but I was like over it, man. I already spent a lot of months at home and just got out and just started painting again.
Okay. And
then, 95 is when we made TPC Crew, you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to get into, brother.
That's when I met Dykes.
Sifen, TPC, Dykes. This was, you guys are, the guys that I used to look up to when I was younger. But, so you guys used to smash pedals back in the day. I mean, I got a brother that paints as well. Obviously, used to know him as well. But how did you get into, run me through the TPC Crew. How did it start? What's the origin? Let's go.
All right. Well, we were riding JKS. It was me, Scummo, Tune. But then you had LNZ Crew, which was like Vibes, Seep, Kiff, like old Dabbles. They're all TPC dudes
Dabbles.
now.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, big Kiffer, the rapper, man. Swami G, man.
Oh, Swami.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He used to write different names. He wrote Rumble. He wrote fucking, he wrote Dabble.
True, man.
He wrote Kiff. He wrote IFK. He used to bomb hard.
I'm a young fella, bro. Just guide me through this because I have no idea about the history of Sydney.
And what happened, like we combined the LNZ and the JKS, we combined. They were all dudes from Sefton, Bankstown. Kiffer was always from Campbelltown.
Yes.
So we combined then. But we had problems with those PSK dudes.
No, we won't talk about the problems and stuff. We'll just go into.
But that's how we met Dykes, because end of the day he was rolling with them.
Okay.
And we used to see his stuff at the drains, and we're like, he used to paint some mad pieces. I remember he used to do this prone piece with this skull and shit, man. We were like, fuck, this cunt's good, you know.
Yeah.
But we used to cap him. We used to cap that whole crew because we had to beat.
What?
So. But then my mate met him. My mate met him at my mate Vibes met Dykes in because he used to live at Cheso, and my mate used to live at Sefton. So he met him, and he rang me up. He goes, "Man, I just met fucking Prone." I said, "All right, fuck." He goes, "Yeah, no, he's a good dude, man." He goes, "He's got no problems, man." He goes, "He's a good dude in this." I said, "Oh, back then they exchanged the numbers." So he exchanged the numbers, and I rang him up, pretending that I was my mate, just to see his voice and to suss him out,
Yeah.
So I'm talking to him and that. Then I realised, like, this cunt's, he's not like the other cunts, you know what I mean? So I said, listen, I go, look, man, this is boredom, bro. I said, it's not fucking, it's not vibes, man. I said, you give me your number. I said, you sound like a good dude. I said, you want to come do some panels with us? He's like, all right. He goes, where? I said, Yards, man. I said, we'll meet you there this day. And that's how he come. By then I was writing Siph, S-I-P-H, because I was writing S-I-P-H, S-I-F-E-N.
I was going to say, how this, like, SIF thing, like, I know, I probably shouldn't go into it now.
Just different variants of the tag, bro,
Yeah.
I was even writing Siphon.
Of course.
Because they had that game on PlayStation, Siphon Filter. So I had fucking... Yeah, so I was writing, like, Siphon. And, we met him. He come to the yards. And we rocked fucking couple fucking end-to-ends. And he was like, dudes, he goes, I got a name for a crew, man. He goes, you guys want to ride it? I said, what is it? He goes, it's TPC. He goes, Transit Psycho Crush.
Shit.
I go, all right, man. And that's when we shook hands, man. And from that day on, we were down.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how TPC started. Yeah, 95. In October, man, on Halloween. It was on Halloween. Now it's 30 years. 30 years.
And I'm guessing you guys went out and did a fucking panel that night for sure.
Yeah, well, that's how I met him. We took him to the yards, and then from there on, man, he ended up moving to Fairfield.
Fuck.
And we hung out with heaps, fucking, and yeah, man, that's my right hand man. Dykes was my partner for years. Better than us. Like, it always, man, can you do the highlights, bro? And like fucking, then like the other guys too, God, can you throw up my outline? So I had to throw up a lot of outlines for him, like Vibes always. You got to throw his outline up. You got to help when you're trying to do your own piece. For me, I couldn't do the highlights. Those touch-ups, the Snow White, they're quick. They're quick, you know. But Dykes was neat. He had good can control.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
like, Dykes, man, can you do my highlights?
Yeah, I gotta get Dykes on the pod, bro. Fuck, man.
Yeah, he's a mad cunt, bro. He's an underrated cunt, bro. You know, not many people, because he's done a lot of shit. He's done a lot of panels, and he's been overseas and done shit and that. But he just doesn't post shit, and he keeps it to himself.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
why,
sure.
but yeah, he's a quiet dude,
Hey,
man.
man, some
He's
people
not.
want to just be left alone.
Yeah, he's one of
Yeah,
those dudes. Just yeah, leave him
yeah,
alone. But yeah,
nah,
he's a
I'm
top
gonna,
dude, man.
yeah,
He's a legend.
yeah. But
Yeah.
getting into like, so yeah, TPC, and then what are, what other crews were you involved in? Do you like?
Well, they're mainly the crews. When I started riding TPC, I'm loyal to the one crew, man. That's our shit.
Yeah,
So
that's what I thought with myself as
yeah,
well.
never
Yeah,
try to get into any other crews. I never
yeah,
liked riders, man. You know, like a lot of people when they're toyed, they want to meet certain riders. You know,
yeah.
oh, this guy's the big. I don't give a
Try and get
fuck for
into the
those cunts.
crew. Yeah,
Yeah, I never wanted to meet anyone. My mate
yeah,
told me, man, my mate from back in Fairfield, he was an old school dude. He goes, man, watch out for them city cunts, man. He goes, they're informers and shit. And he's right, because there was a lot of those big name dudes, man, that they're informers, man. It just, they ain't going to drop the names on them. But these days, people
yeah,
forget. There's people that know. There's certain riders. I ain't going to drop that guy's name either. That guy knows.
yeah. We won't go into
He
that,
knows
but
all the
yeah,
informers. It's just that these people, that after a while, things move on, and the people stop riding, and they don't school the young people up and say, listen, that guy informed on this cunt back in the 80s. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
then now they're in the public, like fucking, you know, people look up to them. Like, but I know because I got schooled up, so I know
yeah.
who the informers were, and thank fuck for that, because I don't
Yeah,
hang with those.
we won't go into that stuff, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't hang with them. Man. I don't hang with them. Man. But I always stuck with TPC because we were the young dudes, the younger dudes
yeah.
doing
And
shit.
so
I did hang out with
who was in TPC? It was you,
well,
Dykes.
me, Dykes, Kiff, Tune, fucking Scummo. There was a
Yeah,
guy. He used to write Toast.
because
There was
TPC
C.
was like I just remember like
Thing
yeah,
is, like around 96, 97, when we were hot on the scene, a lot of people joined. So you know, Hansi come to the crew, Dame, Unity, Amuse, who left
bro.
the crew now, who's in a
It was a
different crew.
big crew then. Yeah,
Yeah, now I'll tell you one thing. When you're doing panels, bro, and you got the spots, everyone wants to be down. When you stop doing the panels,
of
everyone
course,
goes to the
bro.
next comes that got the
Of
spots.
course, of course.
That's how it is. And we had the spots. We had the spots. We didn't need your information. We had our spots. You know, so we had shit on lock. So that's when we had a lot of members. We didn't let everyone in. We could have put Skew and all them in. But that's when they started
Yeah.
TCB. You know, they
Oh,
formed
that's true. Yeah,
you get
they
it?
formed their own thing.
That's when the
Yeah,
branch off. Evan Cons was in TPC and
yeah,
TCP. So that's when the branch, because it become too many people. And I thought, like, man,
yeah.
I just want solid mates. I don't want to know all these people from all these other areas. And they formed TCB.
that time, like for me being like a young fella, like watching all these DVDs, fucking, I don't know, YouTube like finally came out and all these videos and
Yeah,
stuff. I'm seeing like Transit TV, fucking MOC, fucking all this stuff, and I'm like, fuck, bro, there's like so many crews, they're all smashing it. It was
yeah,
fucking hectic, man. I
yeah,
just,
man.
it would have been, oh, man, even like train spots. It would have been so fucking hectic between like different crews going to different train spots. Like, how bad was it?
Well, yeah, like,
fucking let me know.
Liver Yards was, you know, our yard. You know, you did have Ideal and all that Ideal talk. They do that yard because they were from the hood too. But yeah, but those dudes were from the crew, from the area, you know, so they did the yards, but we never really had problems with them. You know, like we were friends with them. But then there's certain other yards you go to where certain other crews are from, you know, and like, you know, you never bump
You
into
turn up at
anyone
the
in the
same
yards,
time.
but no, I never bumped into other people like really in the yards and that. But
Oh,
most
really?
of our spots was our spots. We did Mortdale, we did a fucking layup.
Because
Cade's got us onto.
people, like some people don't understand back in the day, people claimed areas. I don't know. It's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
even when I was doing like a couple of little sneaky panels or whatever, but people claimed areas, and if you went there and you fucking rocked up, some cunt was fucking waiting there, and they're like, "Get the fuck out of my fucking yard," you know what I mean? Like it's not a simple thing. Like, yeah, I think the '90s was probably where it started off. Maybe
yeah.
the '80s and the '70s are like, oh, everyone can paint everywhere, whatever. But the '90s really kicked off the stay out of my fucking yard. Is that right?
Yeah. In the 80s was the same, you know. There were certain people come to Livo, man. You know, for the people that were before me, like Burn Crew used to always paint Livo. Yeah, there were
Mm.
certain people, like if they catch you, you know, they roll you for your paint and shit. But we had certain spots that not many people hit unless we. The problem is you take people, right? You take a lot of people
Mm.
to the yards. Scummo like to
So
take
they
a lot
won't
of
go
people
there,
to
but
the
they go
yards.
there again.
Then they take their friends, you know, they tell someone else and this, that. Me,
Yeah.
I didn't like taking people to the yards. We got our spot, and the TPC guys, we go paint with ourselves. I didn't like to take, unless we're really hanging and shit, you know, then we go to the, I did a lot of panels with all the mainline dudes and that, you know, we were
Mm.
part of that as well. We battled before the Westline dudes and that, when that
Mm.
time was around.
Mm.
But we did a lot of panels together. You know, we did when no one was doing for one at one time. That was dead. And I said, man, because all these other places were getting hot. I said, man, trust me, it's going to be hot. I said, no one's painted it for ages. Then we went, we rocked it. We rocked it. Same as no one was doing it. I went one night, all the boys stayed in the car. They were all too scared. No one wanted to come do the thing. I had the paint in the
Yeah.
car. And don't get me wrong, there was some hardcore cunts in the car. I ain't going to drop the
Oh,
names. There
bro.
was hardcore cunts in the car. They didn't want to come. I had the
Yeah.
paint. I said, serious, you aren't coming? Fuck it. I went. I had no outline, no nothing. That was 98.
Yeah.
And I did on the platform. I went, the whole place was dead. And on the
That's why
platform
you
in
got
the shed,
some nice panels from back in the day.
yeah, I did that. The bring the motherfucking ruckus. I did a
Oh.
freestyle. And it said, "Bring the motherfucking ruckus." And I needed a like an aura, so I had to go back to the car, and then Dykesy come with me, and I finished the aura, and that got the pics, man. And we left. But yeah, I went solo. Like no one wanted to do it. Then after people started coming to do it, he was like, "Yeah, I don't know." That Caves told us about the. He just gave us a few things, tips. So we had to go
Mm.
suss it out. It was me and Clue. We walked all the way under the tunnel, under the fucking station, man. By the time we got to the other end, I couldn't move. My legs were like jelly, bro. Like, fuck. And we
Yeah.
found it and we called the boys, fucking come. So we did that. I never liked that spot because I never got good photos. It was always in the tunnel. The photos were shit, you know. Live yard is the best because, man, you paint, it runs mainline. It runs mainline all day, every
Oh,
day.
true.
You know what I mean? All down through Granville, or you can go through Bankstown line, but it'll go as soon as it hits Stratfield, it's all mainline, man. City
Ah,
Circle
okay.
and back, the best. You paint Mortdale and shit, it runs on those southern lines, man. Like I'm not from there, bro. You know, like it's a shit spot. It's shit for benching too. You can go to Sydenham and bench them, but yeah, it's shit. You know, like I always like yards because it runs mainline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the I don't know, like back in the day, the West Line versus like the main line, that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah, look,
it
man,
was pretty it
there
was
was
pretty fucking crazy back then. I reckon. I don't know. I
yeah,
wasn't
look,
part of
man.
it. I have no idea, but I need your perspective.
It was hard. Look, we used to hang out at Burwood, man. You know, like fucking at that time, all the TPC dudes, all the like the you know the ex TRA dudes. We used to hang out at Burwood, man. We were like, you know, because
Yeah.
I met Huda. I met Huda in the early days in like '93. I met
Mm.
Clue a bit after that at Flemington,
Avondale Hotel,
where,
which is
where the touch ups, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's how we all started hanging. Then we all go to Burwood. We go drink in the park. We'd go to the
Mm.
city. There was town hall. There was a pub, and they used to have $2 fucking JD and cokes.
Oh
So we
fuck.
used to go upstairs and just
Game
fucking
over.
we get loose, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that beef come along. I don't know what happened with that beef, but there was
I think it was.
Shit happened.
If
We already had problems.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was like Alone and Clue. Was
Yeah,
that
that
was
look.
that there was like Clue main line and then Alone West line, and then they were
Yeah,
just
double OC.
pumping panels, and it was just like fuck it, that's on.
We already had problems with the double OC guys. There's something that happened. We capped their panels down at Blacktown. Well, I went cap their panels at Blacktown. Then there was some
Yeah.
issues, and then these guys got involved too. Then it become like fucking. Then it become mainline versus fucking Westline.
That was huge,
And that
bro.
was they had a lot of people too, and we had a lot of people too, and we were out bombing them. And like, don't get me wrong,
Mm.
but then they had that party. They had a party. I didn't go that day. They had that party where they all came, and that's that's when Alone and Clue had the fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know about this, but yeah,
Yeah, whole car Tangaras, man, because they just did some whole cars. It was. That's what happens when too many people are doing, because that's when the whole car era started coming, and people
yeah,
started doing
true.
the
Yeah,
off
I
the
didn't even
bottoms
think
whole
about that,
cars.
man. Didn't even think
But
about the
then
whole car
now
situation.
now everyone's jealous because you did those whole cars. These
Well,
cunts did that, and then it was like the politics that come involved, and that's what happened, man. We actually seen it was we were and it was the TPC dudes with Haber. We were with Haber, and we were coming down the escalators, and they were coming up Alone in that, and they were coming up, and matey just cracked him in the head, pa, and they hit the legs, and we chased them and threw bins at the buses and shit. But they got away. It was some loose shit, you know. But yeah, they got away. Then after that, come all this other beef. I don't know how they what happened with Clue and him, but yeah, I don't know, but
I think it was more of like a competition thing, to be honest.
yeah, it was
Because
a competition thing, exactly.
Clue was fucking, to be honest, for like from my memory, I think Clue was fucking smashing panels, and then
Yeah, man, they smashed it.
Alone was smashing panels too. And I think it was just like
Yeah,
a fucking let's just fucking settle this by how many panels can you do, and then it turned into let's just jump the cruise in there. Let's fucking it was West versus
exactly.
mainline pretty much. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
from I'm a young fella. I don't know, bro. Like I'm just a fucking shit cunt, but from my perspective, it was more like Westline versus Mainline, and I was like, wow, like they were smashing stuff, man. Like Alone was pumping stuff.
They killed
Um,
it. They
yeah,
killed
like
it.
Skew was hammering stuff, and it was just crazy to fucking see. Even like on, I don't know, for me as a young, like in the young generation, Two True forums, seeing all this stuff. But I don't know about you, but man, I was just seeing stuff going, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, bro. No, that's what it was. It was everyone was doing a lot of panels, and that's when the whole car movement come. And then it was these guys. Then it was these guys in did their whole cars. These guys did their fucking shit down there. I don't know where they did them. So it was it was the politics. Who's doing more, man? And then then obviously someone says something. Yeah, but yeah, no, look, man, the shit got out of hand. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's squashed. Like like
Oh, for
fucking,
sure.
like, hey, I've got the Westline shirt on, bro. You know, big up Broski for the shirt. Yeah, like so.
That's hectic.
Yeah, man, like it's
Westline
all love, man.
represent.
It's all love, man. I've got no problems with no one from Westline, man. Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
good people, man. Most of those dudes is my mates.
yeah.
And all the mainline dudes is they're 100% down with them cunts, man. So
Of course, man. Everyone gets older, man. Everyone grows up.
yeah, yeah. When you're young, man, it's a competition, man. It's a competition.
It means everything to you, bro. It means everything. Like I
Yeah, bro.
remember trying to get into a crew, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to do everything to get into this crew." And I'm like, "Fuck, I'll fucking just kill someone to get in this crew." And then it's like you look back on it now, and you're like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Didn't
you look
really
back
mean
now, it
much.
doesn't mean shit, But yeah, at
Yeah,
the time,
but
it means everything, And
yeah,
it's
man.
all
'Cause
who's got the spots, who's going to do the most panels,
yeah,
who's doing the burner panels. Someone says, "Shit, you got to go and cap these cunts now." It's a big job.
yeah, of course, man, of course. But
You know.
obviously, if you're involved in like a bigger crew, like you got like I don't know, like OSF, fucking TM, like all those big crews, man. Like, yeah, it's a big deal. But like, just little mates hanging around the little crew and stuff. It's like, yeah, you get in there, it's fun, it's fine. But yeah, the bigger crews, man, it's a different story, bro. You got to start painting. You got to paint fucking everything, man.
Yeah, you got to
It's
do
crazy,
everything.
man.
In
But
graffiti, bro, what I keep telling people, like, there's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that call themselves writers. Oh, man, dude, you
mhm.
don't write shit. All you do is
Yeah,
paint a fucking legal wall. So
yeah,
you're an aerosol artist. Like
yeah.
there were
That's
certain
me.
legal
That's
people
me.
back in the day.
I fucking paint legal walls, bro. Are you
No, don't get
attacking
me
me?
wrong. No, look, don't take it the wrong way. I paint legal walls too, but like there were certain people that never did illegal shit. They only did the legal walls, and they'll get the sponsors from the government. They'll do their shit. Man, dude, you're not a writer because you don't write. You don't live the life. You don't do the action. You don't fucking wrap the paint. You know what I mean? You're not out dropping tags anywhere. Like those days now are gone. Like, don't get me wrong, no one's racking the paint and shit now. But back in those 90s and that 80s, if you didn't do the action, bro, how the fuck do you call yourself a writer,
Yeah,
man?
I don't know, I've kind of like changed my mind about stuff like that at the moment. Like, because I used to be like, oh, if you start selling your artwork, you're fucking sold out or whatever. But these days, I think like you've spent so much time doing your works. Like, I think you should make a little bit of money off it. But you got legal wars and stuff. It's a hard conversation to have. But I think
Look, there's certain people that paid their dues, man. So end of the day, if they're selling some fucking canvases, I sell canvases. But the thing is, man, I ain't no canvas writer. I ain't a canvas writer, man. I've paid my shit. I've got to pull the photos out to prove it. I don't have to prove shit because, like, end of the day, So, like, end of the day, I'm older, man, where I want to make some money off shit that I like. And I spent that. The
that's what
pens
I'm
cost
saying,
money.
brother.
The paint costs money.
Yeah,
Like
man.
fucking here in this country, I ain't making much money. I'm fucking went backwards here. So as soon as my
Brother,
paint runs out, I can't do graffiti because I
I
can't.
am
Where the fuck
on
do I
I
get
am on
money?
the same page as you, bro. I think if you've spent so much time in your craft and you can produce stuff that I mean your fucking canvases and stuff are fucking sick. So it's
Yeah,
like
thanks, brother.
I think, man, like we've spent so much blood and tears into our craft. Why
Yeah,
not try and make a little bit of fucking money on the side? You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? And just earn some money. Even the muralists, like I used back in the day, I used to be like, fuck all these mural cunts, like they've sold out, all the rest of it. But now I've sat back, I've looked at it, and I've gone, man, these cunts have spent 25 years doing their craft. So why the fuck should they not earn money off it? You know what I mean? So I don't have,
Yeah,
I don't have any hate for any if they come from graffiti, if they come from mural stuff like I don't know, like painting,
yeah.
like
Mural background, it's
portraits or
different.
whatever,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have any respect for that. But if you come from a graffiti background, like my mate Sam Absurd, like man, he came from a graffiti background. I had him on the podcast before, man. Like he's such a solid dude. Started off in graph, and now he's done trying to make some money, trying to get into the councils, trying to push his stuff, trying to earn some money off it, his
yeah,
craft.
man. Why not?
Why not? Like,
Better fucking do that than do some shitty job that you don't fucking like doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm all for that, man. I've got nothing against that. Nothing against that, But I was just saying, like, there's certain people that never did illegal shit. Even though they do graffiti, they don't do illegal shit. And I can't look at you as a writer, bro, when you've never written your name anywhere. You just picked the legal spot. Now, especially on Instagram, bro, you got someone that paints.
yeah,
There's a lot of these fake celebrities, man. You got 50 billion followers. Mate, that doesn't mean nothing to me. You do the same piece under some bridge. You never done anything illegal, man. You didn't bomb. You got no idea. And now you just fucking take the same pics and some superstar. You think,
yeah.
fuck, come on, bro.
That's the thing about Instagram against real life, right? So
Yeah,
real
yeah,
life, you would
yeah.
go
Real
and
life's
catch a
different.
train. You would go and catch a train. You would see the trackside. You would
Yeah,
feel like the presence of the trackside, or going to see a piece. And then now you just see it online. It's like,
yeah. It's not
what?
the same.
You could just do a piece in your backyard and take 10,000 different photos of an
Yeah,
angle. Like it's just
yeah,
like it's not the same thing, man. But
yeah.
It's just weird. It's a different time, man. It's
And it's good to see the graph in life, to see the actual piece.
oh man,
There's, like someone's done a fresh piece on the line and you rolling past it, man. It's
bro,
different than seeing it in
Tavern,
a
bro,
photo,
Tavern.
Yeah, bro, he's a king, man.
He,
Like, man, like people that rock shit like that, man. Like, that's next level. You got to go and witness them pieces yourself, man, to see the skills in it. Like.
yeah.
But yeah, I like Instagram and shit. It's a good way of getting your stuff up. I guess it's like a online magazine. You can get your stuff out there, but you still got to do the action, man. I love seeing
Yeah.
old people come out and rock it like that.
Oh, bro, I
Just
think
keeping it real, man.
bro, I think Tavern like sparked something in all the old school riders, and like, oh, he's still doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
a
all
lot of
these
come
other
back
old
out.
school riders are coming back, and they're like, fuck yeah,
Mate,
I'll go do a track
so they
side.
should, man. So they should, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's good to see the old people come back. I like it. It's
Oh,
good
for
to see them
sure,
come
man.
back and represent it. Show people that they can still do it. You know what I mean? It's not just for
100%.
the young kids, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come back to Australia, bro. Come on.
Mate, dude, I don't ever have track sides here. They don't have a system like that. There's no
Yeah.
trains. Like I do a piece on a track side. That's a lot of people put track side. I'm thinking, bro, come mainline, man. There's no fucking track side. I'm cooking chavapis and shit on the side here. I'm calling out a track side. It's like, come on, bro. What the fuck? This is fucking lightweight shit.
How is it over there, bro? You moved to wherever you are. Like, how long ago?
It's been 3 years, bit over 3 years
Oh
now, man.
shit. Okay.
Yeah,
How is it over
yeah.
there?
Look, man, Europe's a shithole. That's all I'll say,
Wow.
man. It's a fucking ghetto. Yeah, there's the reason why everyone left these countries back in the days. That's why they're all over the world, these people. It's the system here, bro. I was doing some work where they give you work between €5 to €8 an hour. Good luck if you want to get ahead, bro.
Fuck.
Shit's that
What?
expensive. These cunts went to euro now. Their currency is euro. They don't have the Croatian dollar no more.
Oh,
So
okay.
their system's whack, nothing but corrupt. The whole world is corrupt. Don't get me wrong. They all serve the same master. But at the end of the day,
Of course.
you want to work, you can't get ahead. You can't get ahead, man. Oh no, fucking go do Gibrock for you and shit for eight fucking euros.
Yeah, good luck.
And these Croatian cunts, that's what it is. Yeah, you come work, and I'll make millions off your back, off your hard work. I'll pay you fuck all, and I'll be popping my collar. But get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
So here, you need to run your own business if you want to maybe get ahead, but
Yeah, okay.
you got to pay. I opened up like an ABN number. You got to pay because fucking you got to pay the doctor, you got to pay the insurance, you got to pay all this shit before you've ever made money, bro. So I shut it down.
Yeah.
If you fuck this, it's not like Australia. You open up an ABN, you got Medicare. You break your leg, go in the hospital.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You don't have that here, bro. Everything you got to pay.
True.
Yeah, man. The food is that expensive. The petrol is €1.50 for 95. That's about $3 Australian.
Oh shit.
I'm not filling up a fucking aeroplane. You know what I mean? And their wages is nowhere. And then a lot of these cunts, it's a monthly pay. And then a lot of these cunts, they sit at these cafes and shit. Half of it's on credit. Because by the time you're down to your next pay, you've already half of it. You've borrowed.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can sit at the cafe and look cool, but you're a poor cunt. You don't have shit.
You're in debt.
But it's an illusion that someone sees you. I'm sitting here having a beer. Fucking come on, man. It is what it is. I ain't going to stick up for anyone when it's whack. It's hard to make money, bro. It's hard to make money. The graph scene is not like Australia. They do have a graph scene. In the town that's about 45 minutes from me, you got about fucking maybe 3 active riders. The rest of just fucking float along.
You making a little bit of hopefully you're making a bit of coin off your fucking
man. No one in Croatia will buy my shit, man. No one in Croatia will buy my shit. These cunts don't have money for food. Yeah. Now, big up to everyone that's bought something because it helps me out, man. I don't have a job. I'm fucking living off that. That's my bread and butter, man. Not like that I'm making much bread or butter, but like, I do sell canvas here and there. And look, now that the prices, because I live in euro, I've got to do it in euro. I would have hooked up people in Australia. Their currency is shit for them compared to here. If I was there, I'd give you a better price. You know what I mean? But I'm not. €200 for me is like your $200. But yeah, what you're going to get with your $200 I get with my 200 euros. But for you, it's 400 euros now.
That's what I mean.
It's
The Australian dollar
$400. I just learn as I go. What I learned was off Zombie how to put collages together, because he just says you got to just put shit, like this, make it like a collage. And he was good. You give him like a meter long paper, and he'll rock it. Where he'll put shit from Subway art and shit, But for me, I could only do siphon pieces. So what, I'm going to have a billion fucking different siphon pieces. So now I said, you know what? Like in about 2018. I said, man, I've got to learn the other half of it. I've got to learn how to do, they don't have to be realistic characters, but funky shit. So that's when I started doing them spray can characters and the bomb and all that.
Fucking teach me, cunt, because I can't fucking do shit to save my life. I'll do a sketch. I'll do a little sketch, a bit of fucking Crayola or whatever, but even if I go into like the ink ones that you can shade into it or whatever, I still can't do it, bro. And you and Rubik's fucking the leaders of the fucking sketch community. Like, you cunts are freaks.
No, because not many people do them. Like not many people do black books.
Yeah,
they do more pieces on the.
Doing such bro, you spend like 10, 15 hours or fucking more.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time on them, and you need. You get a Copic marker is $12.
Yeah,
$12. You can already get fucking a spray can or two, maybe. So people don't like to invest this type of money. Molotov markers, they're expensive. Posca's a bit cheaper.
I'll invest if you can teach me how to fucking do it. You've learned something that I can't do.
But fuck, you're not shit, man. You know what you're doing. So at the end of the day, it's just more practice. At first, like my characters, man. Like Pace told me, he goes, "Oh, you do mad characters." No, I can't draw characters, bro. I'm shit.
Yeah,
the only thing is they're new for me, so I'm just practicing.
But your characters are good. It's crazy.
It's just practice, man. They're getting better and better. But yeah, I'm good at style. I've got no problem doing styles because I did styles for fucking years. I can rock the styles. I'm good at colors. There's certain names. I remember Muse was telling me, fucking color conception. He was talking all these Illustrator graphic design type names. I said, what is it? I go, what's that mean? He goes, oh, that's what it's called. He goes, when you know how to color balance, color theory. And he goes, you guys at TPC guys were always good at it. Because back in the day, an older writer, he used to write Crush. And he schooled me up on connections because I never used to do connections. So he explained to me the way he explained the way it's got to flow, where you can put the connections. You can't just put a connection out of anything. It's not like a fucking tumor. It just grows in the middle of a letter. You need to know the thing. And then the colours, the balance. You got to know if you're going to have a yellow there, I'll put a yellow there. Bit of yellow in the middle. So it's all about the balance. And and colour, I use colour chart and that. I think someone got me onto a colour chart. They said, man, get this. So it's good to see the opposite of what. It's pretty basic shit, and I already had knowledge of that. I'm not going to put like a fucking, like a, I don't know, like a doo-doo brown with like some horrible green. It doesn't work,
No, I think, mate, I think you're kind of like making it more basic than it is, bro. You're a fucking artist. And it's, I can't do the things you do with like a fucking sketchbook or even your pieces and stuff. Like, you're fucking phenomenal with doing that stuff, man. So it's like, I will try and copy your stuff. but I can't get what you have as like a, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, man. Everyone goes with the same thing, man. Everyone tries to copy or imitate like a piece before they start painting, and then eventually they turn their own thing into their own. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but everyone does it the same. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I did that too, but like when you toy, like you bite shit. So like the people that I bit was the Burn Crew guys. That's where I got most of my style from the Burn Crew guys. And then when I started, there was a writer in my area where he's not a writer, but this guy was one of the best in Sydney, man. But he's just local. He never wrote anywhere besides the canal.
Like, and that's what I'm trying to say. Everyone
I took him out for a few trains. He used to write rough one, and I took him out for a few trains, and he even the train I used to do the bottom, like the cut off. They sit on the bottom of the ridgy, and he did the floaters. And I was like, "Fuck, you can do them like that." He said, "Yeah," because he did it like he was painting on a wall, And that's where I learned a lot of skill, and putting a tungsten nozzle on a Krylon and stuff like that. Yeah, he taught me, and don't use black outline. Use different, like a aqua outline, or he taught me a lot of stuff, man. Just in the couple of years he was my partner. I learned a lot from Rough One, man. Rough One in the Burn Crew. These days, from that style, I developed my own shit. You know what I mean? But you'll still see fundamental elements that come from there.
Of course. Yeah.
But instead of doing like a black outline all the time, do an aqua outline, and that's where he got me onto different coloured outlines instead of just using black all the time. Then there was one period where I tried not to use black at all. Just it'd be a dark brown, a purple, a pink outline. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
yellow outlines.
Yeah.
So just try and, because obviously black's gonna go on anything. So it's easy just to not.
What type of paint were you using back in the 90s?
Man, touch-ups is the shit. For me, touch-ups.
I knew the first thing you were going to say was touch-ups.
Yeah, one can of touch-up is holding like fucking 10 shit.
It's like a fucking 250ml can of touch-up, right?
Yeah, 250ml. I did all my panels with touch-ups. I never changed caps. It was always either we'd do holdbacks with the gloss black with the power plus.
I was going to say, was it a chisel tip or what did it come with?
Yeah, the gloss black come with a round tip. It was like a chisel tip, but it didn't have the chisel. It was round. That was the engine enamels. And those caps were, they were good for outline, but you had to do holdbacks. So you put the paper between. And,
I was going to say, train ticket, whatever.
It was that. Touch-ups I used to use. Tuxins I used to use. Then when the faux carts and all that come out, I was using the faux carts and stuff like that. And then the Krylon and Pascals, budget enamels, fucking wattle, kill rust
colours.
But you're using enamels with different. Man, sometimes you do a panel and you got enamel or water based. This shit just running, man. It's just all reductive. But like we're now the paint's all the same, But then the Krylons come out. The Krylon era. There was Krylons, American Accents. We used to use a lot of that in the later 90s, but all my panels from like 96, they were just all touch-ups, man. Some VHTs in there, with VHT car paint, but mainly touch-ups, man. That's why they took so long to do, because there's no fat cap, there's nothing, you just fucking filling, I
was going to say, Mr. Sheen, a couple of fucking different caps you could pick off, like...
I never changed the nozzles. Even today, I stick with the only nozzles I ever use, man, like now, I either use the stuff, when I was using Iron Lac for years, I just use the nozzle that's on there. Well, I'm going to waste my money buying nozzles. So I'm pretty basic. These days I use banana cap. Oh,
the banana caps are good.
And I don't fill in with fat cap because they waste a lot of paint and I don't have paint to waste. But if I do like a train, I might use Astro. My mate got me onto the Astro cap. Otherwise, I use pink
fat
dot
ones.
Yeah, they're a bit fatter. Because the pink dot come out like this, but this one's a little bit fatter.
There's like fucking 10 caps you don't know about, and someone tells you about it, and you're like, fucking hell, I didn't even know about that shit.
There's heaps of caps now. I see all these different caps. I'm not into that shit. To me, it's all gimmicks. I use banana, New York fat cap, and pink dot, and the Astro is the fattest that I'd go. Unless I'm probably going to do a whole car, then I'd maybe try to do something different, but I don't really do whole cars. I've never really done shit like that.
Yeah.
They're too big, man. They're too big. And I like to do wild style pieces. That's what I always said. Like when everyone was doing whole cars in Sydney, I thought, man, like I can't do a wild style that big on that double decker and get it into proportion and shit. So I'd rather do a 3-hour fucking mad wild style panel, door to door or something, and it looks dope. Then do a whole car and you wasted fucking 20, 30 cans and it looks shit.
Yeah.
Because all those first whole cars that people were doing, they were looking shit until you got them right. How much paint do you need to waste? I don't have the paint to practice all that until I get it right. Now, these days, I'm at a better level. I could do it, But back then, man, I could... It was like with Banos in Amsterdam because you wanted to go do some fucking pieces, like panels. I said, yeah, man, how long? 10 minutes. I said, fuck that, bro. I've got 10 minutes. I won't find my outline. You know, like now I could paint probably in 10 minutes, 15. But back then I could do wild styles. I can't do a wild style piece in 15 fucking 10 minutes, bro. So let's just go for a trip. As you get older, like now I couldn't even do public pieces in my younger age. The public letters, they looked shit. So now I can even do public letters, you know. So now I can do everything now. Now I can do everything.
Yeah, I'm sure you've figured out like these days, like it's like can't go for pieces for like 2-3 hours. I'm used to doing a piece in an hour. Get in, get out, fuck off, and then now I'm doing pieces with people for like 4 hours. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? It's not the same mentality, but I think it's you kind of learn off other cunts that are painting for 4 hours. So it's like
you
I don't
always
know,
learn from
man.
other people that, and hopefully the other
Yeah.
people are better than you because you're always going to learn different tips and tricks. You know what I mean? But you know what the problem is? Like one thing I don't like about walls, like it's a mad outcome. But walls, bro, you got to spend the time because now I don't like
Mm.
just rolling the wall and just doing my piece. I like to do productions. So if I'm painting with you, we got to join it up. I have to put a character in there. I have to do the background. Now I'm wasting a lot more paint. But if we're on the lines, we can just do your piece, my piece, something funky. You know, panels. You get away with less paint. Where when a wall, it's a bigger, you got to fill, you got to roll it. There's a lot more fucking. Now you spend 2 days on this fucking thing. That's 2 days. I couldn't do it in one day. Now tomorrow I've got to drive back to a fucking area that I'm not from. Finish the piece. Get the now I've finished it. The lighting probably ain't the great. So now I've got to come back a third day to get the pics. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
big mission. The walls, man.
I respect it. Like last weekend, I did a wall with Emor and whole look, bro. There was like 50 cunts there, and I was like, "Fuck, this is pretty
Yeah,
cool,
wow.
bro. You can do like a barbecue, fucking hang out with your mates." But I still had that little old school mindset where I was just like, "I want to get the fuck out of here straight away." But it was just like, I don't know, man. It's weird to me that cunts can take 4 hours to do a piece, but I can do it in 1 hour.
Yeah, it takes time. You want to put a lot of
Yeah,
details in the drop
if you do
shadows,
want to put
details in
detail
the
in,
background.
yeah, for sure.
The more details, the more time.
Yeah,
You know, that's what
man,
it
it's
is.
weird.
You want to fully deck it out. You can leave a
Mm.
one color drop shadow, but now you want to add
Yeah.
doodads in the drop shadow. You get what I mean? It's taken more time, and yeah, you can do a 2 color blend compared to just doing different types of fills, and yeah, it takes time, man.
I've done like 2 color fills, do my piece, fuck off, and everyone's like, "Where's Don?" It's like, oh, he's just left. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but look, man,
I feel
it's
bad,
whatever
but
works for you, man. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
whatever works for you. You know. For me, yeah, the walls take me time. They take me time, and then people like who I paint with. Normally, I paint with crew members, but I'm not in Australia no more, so I don't have any crew members overseas. So I've got one partner that I paint with, man, and he's got a totally different style to me. He does more like a bubbly stuff. But man, we make it work. I had it shit together, and
yeah.
some his ideas, mine, and we make it
That's
work, man. It
graffiti,
looks
bro.
good. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have
You
two
make it
two
work.
heads. Yeah, you got to be able to make it work. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. What what? So what cruise are you in at the moment? I don't know. Like what you TPC obviously, but
Yeah, TPC for life, man.
yep,
Like life member, man. They said there's the
yeah,
blood in, blood out.
yeah. Shout out the boys. Shout out some boys,
Blood in,
bro.
blood out, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, now TPC. Look, I do write SMO as well. That was a crew that I started like in '97 and '8.
yeah.
Sucked me off. It was to the SRA guys,
That is fucking sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
special
yeah,
dedication to the SRA guys, man. Sucked me
yeah,
off. So
yeah,
yeah, like obviously like Hens puts it up.
yeah.
Some of the TPC guys wrote it as well, but I got
Mm,
a member that I put in it from a local dude from here. But
yeah,
yeah, like they're the crews I represent. I still write it. I do put up OSF. I am in the crew. I
yeah,
was mainline and stuff. Like it's not really active no more. But so I just stick
yeah.
to just writing my names. Just but
How,
yeah, they're
how,
the crews that
how,
I've
how'd
sort of
you, how'd you get
represented.
into the OSF kind of thing? If you want to talk about it, it's up to you.
I just hanging with fucking Zombie and them. Was hanging,
Yeah.
man. Like I know Zombie from fucking years back, man. That's my bro from years back. You know, and his brother Risto and that. So yeah, like we went to Thailand for years together, and yeah, that's how I just got put down. You know, like we were hanging out. So fucking when we were out bombing, said might as well just fucking put it up. So yeah, that's how I got down with them. Like I know I'm from like 98, 97, 98. I might have met Zombie and them.
Yeah, wow, bro.
So
Yeah,
yeah, but
Zombies
many times I
definitely
spent
one of
Christmas at
my
his
favorite
house. I know
writers,
his
bro.
family and that, you know, because he's Macedonian. And I'm Croatian, so
Oh,
I know
true.
his family and that. Man, we had many Christmases together, many tours to Thailand, and yeah, we did heaps of shit, man. You know.
Yeah, yeah, mate. It's been a fucking great podcast, bro. We could talk forever, I reckon. But
Obviously, you know, we only just touched on a few subjects, man. There's
I
heaps
know,
of shit
man.
to talk about, you know.
What's the time here? What are we going? We're going 10 o'clock. We go probably a bit longer. I don't know. 10 o'clock. What's the time in Croatia at the moment?
No, I don't know, but I'm good. I got time. So, no, because I've told everyone just not to call. I'll eat
I don't
and
even
that
know
when
how
I'm
long we're
done.
going for. But anyway, let's go. Favorite writers, favorite cruise. Let's go.
My favourite cruise from Sydney,
From any time.
or
Anytime. Any
look in the early
worldwide,
'90s. Yeah,
anything.
my favourite cruise was the Burn Crew. There, for me, like those guys had the best style.
Is
You
that
know,
Melbourne?
nah, Sydney. Nah, yeah, they bit the name. You know, they know they bit the
Okay.
name. They're not the original Burn Crew, man. No
Anyway,
disrespect to
we
them
won't
guys.
go into that, but yeah.
But yeah, no, the Burn Crew, they used to be the Terror Beyond Control, the Burn Crew. They're from Fairfield
Oh, okay.
dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, like one of the dudes, Crush, he used to be one of the best wild stylers in Sydney at that time. It was him and this other guy, Winner, that apparently, I don't know that Winner guy. I've never really seen too much of his stuff, but from what I
Hmm.
heard from Mayor and that was like him and Crush had the best wild styles.
I was just going to ask you, because I've been sprouting a lot about Western Sydney and having wild styles, because I don't remember any like inner city riders that had wild styles, but to me, the Western Sydney was like wild style. Is that something back in like the 90s that
Nah, look,
was
man,
it
there
real?
was,
Or I just remember like out
you
west they
got,
had more of a wild style.
look, I don't know, man. Yeah, like, Game 2 did wild styles. Tavern does wild
Yeah,
styles. Satch did wild styles,
yeah,
man.
that's
There
true.
was,
Yeah,
you know, the Moat, Prince. Prince is the
yeah, yeah.
wild style king, man. He's one of the
Puzzle. Yeah,
Reed,
yeah,
Ben, too much people from like Blacktown line, the West line. I don't know too much.
yeah,
I don't know too much riders there. I know from all I know is from what I seen, and
yeah.
in my
That's what
area,
I mean. That's what
and,
I'm saying. Yeah, yeah,
and my oxygen regions were from Prairie Wood, Cabramatta, Fairfield, and down to Mainline. And
that
you
was
know, and if
public.
I seen you at Newtown, from our West line, you probably had like Unique. Unique did Wild Styles. He had
Yeah,
some
but
mad Wild
it
Styles
wasn't
back in the
full
days.
wild style. It was like full, yeah, like I'm talking about the ones that you can't even read. The ones that
Look,
you like, you
look,
know what I mean?
you need to make sense of the letters. Like I remember listening to Scene one time, and he said the semi-wild style that Billy got him into the semi-wild style, and I thought, yeah, mad because he explained you still got to be able to read the piece, but it's got to have the connections, and that's where I sort of base my
Yeah,
style now. There's some people that
100%.
really do. There's people that do really wild shit, but when you break down their letters,
I can't read it.
the shit's whack. It doesn't make sense. It's just all a bunch of shit added to it to make it. But when you
Yes.
break it more down and you can see the letter, you know what's happening. If you can make that shit rock, that's better, man. But once it's all confusing and the shit's everywhere, you got arrows coming out of nowhere, certain connections that don't join to nothing, don't do anything. It just fill. It's just a filler. A filler. Yeah, so I just got that, you got to have the wild style. You got to know how to do all the letters. You got to know how to bend it in many, many different ways. So how you gonna bend it? How you gonna twist it? It's like a calligraphy. You got this type of font, that type of font. So you got to really know how to do all the fonts. You know. You got the Wild Style, you got Public, you got Blockbuster. You know, you've got even the throw ups on its own. So once you start doing all, that's where I'm sort of in that
Mate,
thing.
that's
Like
graffiti.
that's where my brain is. I love public pieces, but and they got a place. But to base your whole style just on a public piece, you got to be able to twist it more than that. And I come from the psychedelic era, so for me, like I like shit that's if it's trippy, it's got like that's just how I grew up. I like that the trippy psychedelic shit.
Yeah, I saw that in my sketchbook, mate. I see it.
Yeah,
Nah, but
that's
I know what you
look,
mean,
man.
man. It's everyone's got their own style. It's I mean, graffiti's what you want to make it, man. Like, it's just do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck you
man.
want. As long as as long as it makes you happy, do whatever the fuck you want. Have fun, and it's I mean, we're gonna end this pod pretty soon, but I just feel blessed that I can speak to people like you from back in the '90s and fucking even people before you. Like, spoke to Mystery before. Like, it's
Yep.
just cool that I can like speak to some fucking sick cunts like yourself. And man, I really appreciate you coming on the pod, man. We might end this pretty soon, but thanks, man. You're coming all the way from Croatia, bro. What a fuck
Yeah,
around. That's
lucky you
crazy.
got all these fucking like I live in a village, man. It's like 150 people, man. Like I'm really secluded, But
Yeah.
with the technology these days, yeah, like that's what's good. You can at least, back in the days, it was to talk to you on the phone would have cost like $1,000 now. They're down 2K, man, just for the conversation, So
Yeah.
it's good that with the internet and that you can do all these podcasts and stuff like that, But yeah, not many people. I've never really done many podcasts. I've done a couple interviews for some magazines, but yeah, no one's really ever asked me shit. And I do have a lot of good stories. A lot of
Bro.
I got a lot of shit. Look, man,
Bro.
for me growing up, it was you had the rave scene and you had graffiti. And to try fit everything in, rack your paint,
Can't,
go to the
you can't fit
panels,
it in.
yeah, go to the parties, get the UGJs. It's a lot.
It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. There's a lot of new things coming up. The new music was coming out. All the jungle and the break beats and it was so much going on back then. Now I just feel like everything's sort of the music's gone shit. Everything's sugar coated. The graffiti is different. It's not.
I agree.
Look at hip hop. You listen to some of that stuff, man. I think to myself, what the fuck? Like, where's all the good rap?
Yeah.
I
We
guess you
can't.
got to search. There's so much now of everything that you really got to
It's
search to find
it's saturated. It's saturated.
saturated. Yeah,
Yeah. I've
yeah.
come to realize that, man, because I've mentioned it many times on the pod, and I'm like, I can't remember like the last big song that I can say, hey man, this is the biggest song I remember from 5 years ago. Like, it doesn't. There's nothing really because it's been saturated. So, but
Yeah.
I
Very
think
disposable, man. Very
yeah,
disposable.
exactly.
They
But
make things that today it's hot, tomorrow it's not. The next thing's here ready.
exactly, you forget about
Where back in the days the thing lasted. You listened to that album for years.
it. Yeah.
10 years have gone past. You
You
still
put it
listen
in
to
your
the
tape
Ghetto
deck.
Boys.
You put it in there. You fucking listen to it fucking non-stop on the way home from
Yeah,
work. But
yeah. Every day, same tape. Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys. Don't fuck with
exactly.
me.
So no, I really appreciate you coming on the pod, man. I think
I appreciate you having me, man.
yeah, I think a lot of the
Hopefully, I
young
did
fellas.
the
Yeah.
podcast justice, man.
Oh
End
mate,
of
I
the
think
day,
mate, I'm fucking. I can't believe I've had you on the podcast, man. Look, I'm just like this podcast thing's just been fucking crazy, man. Like I get to speak to like old school fellas like yourself, and like I never would have thought about this stuff. So it's cool to hear, man. And I might even get you back on the podcast, man, because you got way more stories to tell. I can tell.
yeah. Like, look, man, we only just dipped in, like fucking. We can go talk about the party scene, the racket, and all that type of shit.
So
There's many things that we're doing,
yeah, man. So I appreciate it, man. So all the way from Croatia, we have Mr. Sifen.
Yeah, man. Live and direct, man.
So have a good night, bro. I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, brother. Big up to you, bro. And yeah, man, keep rocking the podcast. Much love, man. Let
Thank
me
you
know
very
when you
much.
get it streaming, man. I'll send it out to a few people.
Shout out to any boys or any mates you got. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Look, big up to everyone back in Sydney, all the riders, man. You know, all the TPC dudes, the OSF dudes. Big up to all the KOS boys, you know. And yeah, man, big up to the mainline Westline guys who's still around, Skay, Roski. So yeah, man, that's represent, man. Keep doing your thing, and to all the younger dudes, man, just keep rocking it, man. Much love,
Yeah.
man. Big up to your bro and that, man. Tell him g'day.
Yeah, we'll
And
do.
yeah, that's it, man. You know,
All right, brother.
much love.
I'll end this here.
Cheers, brother. Peace.